welcome.
I'm just checking in, and I have a service animal.
Service animal?
Do you have anything on the ground floor so I can let him out at night?
Keep up with your Prowlers all season long on social media. Follow us on Facebook at the Port Huron Prowlers, Instagram at PH Prowlers, and Twitter at PH Prowlers. And you can find more information on our website, phprowlers.com.
Welcome back here to Topeka. We are just minutes away from puck drop as we get set to wrap up the weekend between the Topeka Roadrunners and the Topeka Scarecrows, being played by the Port Huron Prowlers and Dashers Hockey Club, respectively. The fourth and final neutral site game for the FPHL here in Topeka, Kansas. But let's take a look back at last night's game between these two teams. And it was a tight one as the Roadrunners came away with a 2-1 victory. Lucas Lockney scored late in the first. It took a while to get that first goal, but he scored in his first game back onto the active roster. He's been inactive since November the 21st. So the Prowlers/Roadrunners now move to 3-0-0 against the Dashers, looking for the season series sweep here tonight. And they finished the month of January very impressive, 7-1-1. They'll need to continue to be hot as the Danbury Hat Tricks are absolutely killing HC Venom right now. They're hot on the Prowlers' heels in the standings as we take a look at those. Watertown also in the mix as well, and they're beating Mississippi at the moment. Of course, we'll keep you updated on all the scores around the league throughout tonight's game, so you can keep it here on the PHP network. But the Black Bears and the Prowlers are two of the hottest teams in the league over their last 10 games. Black Bears 9-1-0, Prowlers 8-1-1. Those are the two best last 10 games records in the FPHL at the moment. And last night the Hat Tricks crushed the Venom as they're doing so far tonight. They won that one by a large margin, and they slipped past the idle Watertown Wolves and into third in the Empire Division. Looking up still at the Prowlers, that is just a 5-point difference between those two teams. Well, last night, Bohdan Zinchenko got on the board for the Scarecrows, and he's been hot over his last 5 games. 3 goals, 2 assists, 5 points for Zinchenko. And he's been a top-line player since being acquired from Danbury back on December the 13th. Zinchenko with points in 4 of his last 5 games. And those 5 points in 5 games comes after just 6 in his first 13 games. Or he has 6 points in 13 games as a Dasher. So only 1 point in the first 8 games for him, pardon me, as a Dasher, and now 5 in his last 5. While Terry Nusiainen has had a strong month of January, his last 6 starts, the Prowlers/Roadrunners have gotten a point at least in each one, 5-0-1. He starts 7 of 9 Prowlers/Roadrunners games in the month of January on a 6-start point streak, and you see the numbers there for him, and that includes the 8-6 game against the Binghamton Black Bears, which certainly not the greatest night for either goaltender, but I mean, besides that, he has been spectacular in the month of January and slowly moving up the wins list in Prowlers season franchise history, and also moving up the goals against average and save percentage list. He is number 2 in the goals against average department for any season and any career for a Prowlers goaltender that has played at least 15 games. Before tonight's game, it's been a great weekend, so I talked with Prowlers/Roadrunners assistant coach Alex Johnson about his experiences so far. And of course, the PR side of things, very, very important this weekend, as the FPHL and Topeka Pro Hockey Group try to make sure that the fans are interested when they do bring a team here. Fans are certainly interested, and this lower bowl looks nearly sold out right now. There might be even more people here than there were last night when they had just over 3,000 fans in attendance. Not much different last night to this night as far as the Roadrunners roster goes. All the skaters staying the same in their same spots. The only difference, Yoshihiro Kuriowa will get the start tonight between the pipes as Valtteri Nusiainen gets himself a night off. And of course, Yoshi got his first FPHL win against these Dashers back on January the 10th. So he will be back between the pipes tonight. This will be his third start as a member of the Port Huron Prowlers / Topeka Roadrunners. As we are just minutes away from puck drop, the teams are getting set to exit the locker rooms and head out onto the ice. Get a packed house here at Landon Arena inside Stormont Vale Event Center, a place that will host FPHL hockey next season at the very least, and hopefully seasons to come. Their closest rival will actually be the Danville Dashers, much like a couple of years ago when the Prowlers and the Mississippi Seawolves faced off in Baton Rouge in neutral site games. The Seawolves ended up being the closest geographical rival, at least for a year, to the Baton Rouge Zydeco, the new team that ended up there. Now they have the Monroe Moccasins close by. You see tonight's officials heading out onto the ice wearing their cowboy hats. Same referee group as last night, as I've been told. Paul Jean and Ryan Bray, the referees, Andrew Sullivan and Jeff Marinek, the linesmen. As they are getting the crowd hyped up here in Topeka. They are very excited for another great night of action between the Topeka Roadrunners and the Topeka Scarecrows, as the teams are being called this weekend. The Prowlers / Roadrunners trying to stay red hot as they've been these past few weeks. You see the hype video going on up on the scoreboard here in Topeka. Unfortunately, no Prowlers highlights on there. But they did score a couple of goals last night. Lucas Lockney and Tucker Scantleberry. And Lockney, of course, great to see him back in the lineup. The Prowlers certainly welcoming him back with open arms. And he gets one right away to get to the back of the net. A huge, huge goal for him as he gets back in the swing of things. He and the Prowlers will be back at McMorran Place for the next 2 weekends. 4-game homestand coming up for Port Huron. Well, if you're looking for Roadrunners jerseys and you want to bid on these Roadrunners jerseys that the Prowlers are wearing tonight, then be sure to scan that QR code on your screen right now in the top right corner. The auction will only be going on for another hour and a half or so. So get your bids in. You can win a Roadrunners jersey off the back of your favorite Prowler / Roadrunner. So scan that QR code on your screen now. Pause the stream if you have to. Get your phone out to scan it. But make sure you scan that QR code and get to the live dash auction. And make sure you win some Roadrunners jerseys. These are one-of-a-kind jerseys. You will never see them again worn by these Port Huron Prowlers. So be sure to grab those. Again, scan that QR code on your screen now before I switch things up and move it away. As we get set for puck drop here at Landon Arena. We are just moments away, hopefully. The horn sounded, the clock hit 0 about 5 minutes ago. We are still waiting for both teams to hit the ice here tonight. As hockey is almost back here in Topeka. About 9 months from now, they will be dropping the puck on the 2025-26 FPHL season here in Kansas, the westernmost franchise in the FPHL, a league that has expanded from the Northeast all the way out now to right about the middle of the country. And it is loud here at Landon Arena as they get set to announce the starting lineups for both sides. We'll take you down to ice level for that.
Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you join us in a brief moment of silence as we honor the victims of 2 tragic plane accidents in the last week. We ask that you please join us in a quick moment of silence. Thank you. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for the presentation of the colors, please welcome the West Topeka High School Color Guard. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing and remove your caps for the singing of tonight's national anthem, brought to you by Hotel Topeka at City Center. Please welcome Victoria Lines and Serenity Spencer.
That is tonight's national anthem from Topeka as we get set for the final neutral site game in the FPHL in Kansas before they put a team here next year. The color guard heads off the ice, and we'll get a quick ceremonial puck drop before we drop it for real here tonight. And we will take a look at tonight's starting goaltending matchup. Yoshi is between the pipes tonight for the Topeka Roadrunners. This will be his third start with the Prowlers / Roadrunners. He recorded a win in his first start in Danville on January the 10th. A 9-1 win that night for the Prowlers. He made 25 saves in the victory. Parker Rutherford on the other side. He's going for the second straight night, which is a bit of a difference for the Dashers / Scarecrows this season. Dashers have gone with a split weekend nearly every weekend between Rutherford and Oscar Walgren, but the former Prowler will sit on the bench again tonight as Rutherford goes back after making 32 saves on 34 shots last night. And that was the second start this season that Rutherford has given up fewer than 3 goals. This is his 17th start here tonight. He won his only other start that he gave up fewer than 3 goals this season. That's the only win for the Dashers this year. But when your team is scoring fewer than 2.5 goals per game like the Dashers are, it's tough to win games even when you have a spectacular performance. That's what happened to Rutherford last night. We're just about set for puck drop here at center. It's a packed house in Topeka. Zach Horn and Joel Frazee getting set for the face-off. Just as soon as they get the signal that we can drop the puck, hopefully. And now we wait a little bit longer. Not sure what they're pointing at. They're pointing down to the end to our right. Fans chanting, drop that puck. And hopefully we will get a puck drop shortly. And now we're set to go. Frazee and Horn. And we're underway here tonight. Brian Parsons gets the first dump in. He heads after it himself. hit there thrown by Alex Johnson on Colton Wyshak, wearing number 19 tonight. He wore 98 last night. Quinn O'Reilly, who wore 19 last night, has been suspended for this game. He received the 2, the 5, the 10 for the incident with Ludwig Thelstrom. And he is suspended here tonight. So Wyshak wearing his jersey. Here's a pass out in front. It bounced to the side of the cage, but Frazee couldn't get a touch on it as Zinchenko scooped it up. Metnin tried to send it down deep. That was taken away. By the way, Wyshak's 98 now being worn by Yusuke Jimanji, who is normally number 98 for the Dashers. He was scratched last night. Zach Horn tried to back pass out in front. That was read easily by Frazee. Millette makes a move to the backhand. Drop for Frazee! And his shot rose high over top of the net. Prexler may have gotten his stick on it. Lucas Lockney spins away from a check behind the net. Lockney waiting for help off the bench. Sends it up top to Brockway. Tried to send a shot through. Blocked by Prexler. Now Graham with the puck. Kicked over to Lockney. Takes the shot and a save by Rutherford. A little skill with the boot there from Austin Federley to tap that one over to Lucas Lockney. He might have had an opportunity to shoot it, but he decided to look for a pass, didn't find it, and put it on net. The Roadrunners get the first shot on net here tonight. An offensive zone faceoff that Juwan Davis will not participate in. Instead, will be two veterans, Matt Graham and Justin Brazen. Graham in front looking for Lockney. They just couldn't connect. And Brazen gloves down the clear. Brazen sends it right in on Yoshi. He'll glove it down and hang on. We'll get a whistle and a face-off deep in Yoshi's territory. Now Brazen, of course, fourth in FPHL history in goals with 209 in his career. Matt Graham, meanwhile, fourth in FPHL history in points with 501 and second in assists with 353. So a lot of points in that faceoff that you just saw down on Rutherford's end. Not quite as many on this faceoff between Davis and Kenny Stiles. Jamie Bussell touches it in, took a hit from Metnin as he did. Prexler driven in by Scantlebury. Metnin cut off the centering feed. And now Scantlebury throws the body. Couldn't center, Juwan Davis in there. And now Prexler. Trying to make a pass, stolen away, Bussell. Hanging on to it, put it towards the net, and I think that hit Scantlebury on the way through. Heinzel drives one, a knuckler that Rutherford had to make the save on. That puck was on edge. Adam Heinzel just ripped it. Bit of a knuckleball, but Rutherford able to handle it. Both teams making changes as Reggie Millette tried to play it away from Fisher, gave it away, and Yoshi makes the save. That was Bowie Slarks who just took that loose puck and put it on net. Yoshi able to make the stop. Here's Millette going the entire 200 feet. Spins in the corner. Taken in by Wyshak. Moved up the wall. Parsons collects it at the blue line. Sewardson stepped in front of Frazee. Now on to Bowie Slarks. Poked away by Sim. And Fisher over towards Sewardson. And Parsons stymied both of his attempts to get that puck in the zone. Finally, it's dumped around by Bowie Slarks, and Sim the first one on it. And Bowie Slarks playing his first game since January 11th against the Prowlers in Danville, as Rutherford hangs on to that lofting dump from Federley. And now some pushing and shoving in front involving Matt Graham, and I'm not sure who the Scarecrow was. May have been Bowie Slarks. Either way, everybody separated, and we'll get a face-off deep in Parker Rutherford's territory. 16:32 left to go in the Munger Physical Therapy first period. Horn wins this one away from Graham. Malott around towards Miettinen. Lucas Rothi wearing 00 this weekend. Had that pass kick off of Horn. Roadrunners looking to work it out. Lockney was double teamed, but now he gets the pass from Graham. Lockney works in his shot, knocked down by Rutherford. Puck is loose in the crease. Couple of chances, they jam away. Puck still loose in the bodies, and they lose sight of it. It's blown dead. Actually, it was a hand pass against the Prowlers, and now some more rough stuff. As the Roadrunners came flying in for that loose puck, it sat there in a sea of legs, and nobody able to get a good touch on it with Rutherford down and out. Scarecrows dodge a bullet there, and it all started with a puck on net from Lucas Lockney that Rutherford couldn't control cleanly. Looks like the faceoff will come outside because, again, it was a hand pass against the Roadrunners, the reason for the whistle. And we'll try it again. And Juwan Davis kicked out of the faceoff for the second time in the first 4 minutes of this hockey game. And now Jamie Bussell has also been asked to leave. So instead of Davis against Bussell, it's Stiles against Brazen. And Stiles able to work it back to Adam Heinzel. Delstrom up for Stiles. He's surrounded, forced to the wall, and Stiles cycles it deep towards Scantlebury. Bussell back up to Scantlebury, keeps it moving. Heinzel gets it back to Scantlebury. Bussell chasing after it. Delstrom to the net. That was knocked down by Davis. He had to sidestep. Bussell tried to throw the shoulder into him. Now Delstrom regrouping. Chased by Prexler. Delstrom tried to pass across. That was intercepted by Mullins. Heinzel chased by Davis. Able to move it along for Delstrom. Up to Bussell. Bussell makes a move, trying to get to the net, splitting the D. It was knocked off his stick. Bussell able to slip away from a couple of Scarecrows. Got it deep. Scantlebury battling with a couple of Scarecrows there. Davis over to Miettinen with the Roadrunners finishing up a change here. And up comes Jumanji. Number 98 takes the shot, sent it just wide. Sent up top to Miettinen. To the net. That one changed direction. Yoshi made the save. And the puck skitters over to the corner. Federley able to kick it along for Alex Johnson. Flying up the left wing. Steps around Whitecheck. And the try from the outside missed high and wide. And Karam's all the way out to the neutral zone. Parsons getting some trouble from Sewardson. Sim up for Johnson. He's knocked to the ice. Tried to hand off for Frazee. Frazee back in his own end. Sim, indirect feed, sends Federley on his way. Federley pass to himself, has Johnson. Federley takes the shot, and it's shouldered out of play by Parker Rutherford. They played nearly 6 minutes in period number 1. Still no score between the Roadrunners and the Scarecrows. You're watching here on Prowlers Hockey / Topeka Roadrunners Hockey on the PHP Network.
SMR Automotive Systems is part of the Motherson Group and a proud community sponsor of the Port Huron Prowlers. We are one of the largest manufacturers of rear-view mirrors for passenger vehicles in the world, with local plants in Port Huron and Marysville. We strive to support our local communities and have positions available for various abilities and experience. Find out more about who we are at smr-automotive.com.
The Eastern Michigan Small Business Network, providing resources and funding to help start or grow your business. Small business support in participating Region 6 counties. Take advantage of the network's free training and events for entrepreneurs and small business owners. The Eastern Michigan Small Business Network aims to boost your chances of success. Learn more about the network's Small Business Cohort Program. With rentable workspaces, business coaching, training, and funding opportunities. It's time to become a client of the Eastern Michigan Small Business Network.
Back here in Topeka, still scoreless early on in period one. Roadrunners had a good opportunity there, but the Scarecrows got back in numbers. Austin Federley was looking pass all the way to Alex Johnson, but the Scarecrows, got back in numbers and were able to clog up the lane, forcing Federley to take the shot that Rutherford was able to shoulder out of play. Lucas Lockney grabs it off the face-off, swings all the way around the net, and now works his way up high, shadowed by Horn. Fed it down to Graham, tried to feed it out in front, but he fanned on the pass. Brockway puts it right back in. Madot over to Zinchenko, and now Lockhart collects at his own blue line. Brockway tried to find Federley, they couldn't connect. Mettinen fresh off the bench, moves it up, but right into Brockway. Brockway works in, his shot stopped by Rutherford, a foot or two outside of his crease, and now some more rough stuff down by the Scarecrows' crease. That's been a battleground early on in this one, right in front of Parker Rutherford, as the Roadrunners have tried to crash the net. They've gotten some opportunities, some rebounds relaying there, just haven't been able to cash in quite yet. They'll try again here as Bussell and Davis get set for the face-off. Comes right to the middle and slips in on Rutherford. He'll clamp the glove on top again. As the Bussell, Scantlebury, and Stiles line out there right now. Of course, Bussell and Scantlebury hooking up on the game-winning goal last night. After Bussell blocked a shot, sent Scantlebury up on a breakaway. Scantlebury's centering pass was taken away by Prexler. He chips it in, heads after it himself. Bussell beats him there. Tried to move it around behind the net. Caught up in some skates. Bussell able to work his way out, and he heads up ice. Over to Scantlebury in the left wing. His shot stopped by the aggressive Parker Rutherford. And now Mettinen and Bussell getting into it again. Heinzel coming in to meet Sean Gore. Gore in the lineup after not playing last night. Former Summit City Distiller in the APHL Semi-Pro. Signed on January the 23rd. The 31-year-old spent last season in Spain, but he does have some FPHL experience. A game with Carolina and a game with Watertown back in the 2021-22 season. See if Gore might drop the mitts later on tonight. As from what I've been told, that is the scouting report on him. He will absolutely mix it up. Trey Fisher able to toss this one out. Stewartson takes the outside shot, fought off by Yoshi, and it rises up out of play. Stewartson trying to go top shelf and caught Yoshi up maybe near the mask area as he rose both his arms up by his head, but he's able to make the save on Stewartson, and a rare defensive zone faceoff for the Roadrunners tonight. They're able to control, at least momentarily, but the Scarecrows swarm Brian Parsons on the wall. He moves it out for Frazee. Looking in Johnson's direction, stick got in the way of that pass. Wysack reverses, Mullins wasn't ready for it, Frazee was. There's Johnson now, up high, Parsons walks the line. Tried to slide it down low, got his wires crossed with either Millette and or Johnson. And that one went off a stanchion. Johnson tried to push it towards the net, and that one off of a Scarecrow. Parsons across to Sim, takes the shot, gloved and held by Parker Rutherford. After the clearing attempt, hit a stanchion from the Scarecrows and popped out to the middle of the ice. That gave the Roadrunners just a little bit more offensive zone time. And that was parlayed into this offensive zone faceoff. Off this face-off. Graham in front. Federley just couldn't get a good touch on it as he was tied up by Mietinen. Good keep by Lockhart at the point. Graham in front looking for Lockney. And he was tied up as well. Lockney around the net. Hands off for Federley. Now Graham all the way across looking for Brockway. Malott takes over for the Scarecrows. Couldn't get a clean pass to Rothy, but did get there. And now Horn looking for Zinchenko. Working on Brockway. Brockway knocks down Zinchenko with a hard check. And out come the Roadrunners. Federley at the red line. In on Rutherford. Lockney the first one to the rebound. He put it right back on net. Hit the side of the cage. Graham with his head up. Bounces it up top. Delstrom a drive. And it's blockered by Rutherford. Both teams making changes as Delstrom, the only one left on the ice, collects in his own end. Headman feed to James at the red line. He tips it in. Scantleberry first on it. Trying to wrap it. A drive by Bussell hit some of the bodies in front. And now Prexler gives it off to Mullins and he tosses it out. Roadrunners getting some good opportunities early on in this game. Still no score though as Scantleberry gives it over to Ludwig Felstrom. Up to James, sends it around. Davis gave it away to Scantleberry and he just fired a backhander that I don't think Rutherford made a save on. Now the Roadrunners deep in the Scarecrows and in control. Scantleberry takes a look, shot stopped by Rutherford. It bounces around and it's poked to the corner. Heinzel keeps that one in at the line. Bussell hassled, trying to turn the corner. Feeds it over to Parsons. Rink wide pass. Heinzel skates into it. Heinzel all the way around the net. Turned around try and Rutherford had to make another save. Frazee fresh off the bench sends it on goal and Rutherford has seen enough. All kinds of pressure for the Roadrunners. Still no score, 9:41 left to go in period one. We will take a quick break here on the PHP Network.
Welcome to McDonald's. How may I help you?
Can I please get a big...
What I need from you is a chicken Big Mac.
A chicken Big Mac? That's not a Big Mac.
Actually, it is.
It's not
A Big Mac.
chicken Big Mac?
Chicken patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, and pickles on a sesame seed bun. Enjoy.
The chicken Big Mac.
It's not a Big Mac.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
We're on a mission to feed the future by helping farmers worldwide be more resilient, more productive, more sustainable for generations to come. Corteva Agriscience. Keep growing.
Hi, welcome.
I'm just checking in, and I have a service animal.
Service animal?
Do you have anything on the ground floor so I can let him out at night?
We're back here in Topeka. The Roadrunners have thrown everything but the kitchen sink at Parker Rutherford in the first 10-19 of this one. They've still not been able to beat him. And hopefully for them, the frustration doesn't set in. They'll win the faceoff again and set back up as Parsons sends it all the way around. Frazee over towards Millette in the corner. Up high, Sim makes a move and sends it in front looking for Frazee. He took a whack on the hand as he tried to tip that puck. Now Sim puts it on goal and that one deflected over top of the net. Millette first on it. Out high to Sim once more. Parsons. Down and around, Frazee. Almost had it taken away by Sewardson. Bouncing puck. Malott able to dump it out, glove down, and Sim slides it back to Parsons. Ryan Parsons will hang out behind his own net as both teams finish up some changes. Shots 13-4 in favor of the Roadrunners at this point. As it's set to cross towards Lockney, he chops it deep. Mullins and Graham hustling after it. They come together hard. Here's Federley up high to Brockway. Lockhart to the net, deflected down just wide. Graham tried to put it quickly out in front, but Mullins stymied that chance. Now Brockway able to poke it deeper. It's loose. Lockney on net. That one wouldn't go. Pops up in the air and lands on the other side. How does that one not go in? And now a one-on-one the other way. It's Sewardson to the middle. And he just couldn't swing at that puck. A penalty is coming up against the Roadrunners. And now Federley and Fisher swinging each other around. And they're going to go. Here we go. It's the lightweight fight between Trey Fisher and Austin Federley. 5'6", 150 Austin Federley, and 5'10", 170, a generous 5'10 for Trey Fisher. They start swinging away. A couple of wild rights on both sides. Fisher going for the uppercuts, and they swing each other down to the ice as Fisher tackles down Austin Federley. And both guys hyping up the crowd here. Matt Graham was getting the original penalty, and then Fisher and Federley decided to go. It looks like it will be a Roadrunners PK here. The arm was up in the air for a delayed penalty. I didn't see what it was, maybe something behind the play. But all kinds of chaos around the Scarecrows net. Once again, the puck somehow cannot break through the force field that is along the goal line behind Parker Rutherford. Graham in the box, the power play out there for the Scarecrows. They went 0 for 3 last night, including a lengthy 5-on-3 opportunity. Now a chance to open the scoring as Rothy slips it down to Sewardson. His pass back to Rothy, picked off. James trying to dance through Rothy, and it's knocked off his stick by Mullins. Mullins behind his own net as Graham gets 2 for cross-checking, along with the fighting majors for both Federley and Fisher. Good play by Lockhart to step in front of that pass. Sewardson back up. Hands it off for Horn, spinning away. And up top, Mullins walks the line. Horn takes the shot, blocked by Brockway. It's caught up in his equipment. He drops it, but Horn ends up with it. Rothy a shot blocked nicely by James, and that ends up over the glass, out of play. Then Brockway and Luke James sacrificing the body. As you see, referee Paul Jean there on your screen, out there with Ryan Bray, the other referee, Jeff Marcinek and Andrew Sullivan, the linesman tonight. Scarecrow's power play still has 1 minute and 8 seconds left on it. Jawan Davis has been asked to leave a third face-off tonight. At least 3 in this first period. Metnin slides it down low. Bowie Slarks try to wrap, and Curiota gets on top of it. And Heinzel trying to shove Slarks out of the way of his goaltender, and they'll be separated by the linesman. Well, Bowie Slarks wearing number 22 tonight, which last night was worn by Thomas Murphy. Murphy typically wears 71 in a Dashers uniform. Murphy scratched tonight, so they switch out the name bars, I guess, on that one. It's been a musical chairs of jersey numbers, at least for the Scarecrows this weekend, and from what I heard last weekend as well. Luckily for me, the Roadrunners have all the correct jersey numbers aside from Lucas Lockney, who of course was signed on the way here, so didn't have enough time to get his number 77. Here's Mietin, a shot, saved by Yoshi, and he leaves no rebound as he found it through the traffic in front. 33 seconds left to go on the penalty to Matt Graham. Roadrunners will switch up the penalty kill. It's still Slarks, Davis, Prexler, Metnin, and Brosnan out there on the Scarecrows power play. James will draw against Davis, and this time Luke James is asked to leave the face-off. I think if we're going for a record on number of players thrown out of face-offs, we're right on our way there. Here's a shot deflected. Yoshi fought it off, and he got the whistle from Paul G in the far corner, and Bowie Slarks again attacked by a number of Roadrunners. Scantleberry has, it looks like, Prexler on the back of the net. Everybody has to be separated once again. Well, Bowie Slarks doing what he needs to do in the lineup. He's 6'4", 230 pounds, using that big frame in front of Yoshi. And I think he may have drawn a penalty here. Ben Brockway being escorted to the box. So a 5-on-3 it looks like coming for the Scarecrows. As the Scarecrows switch up their power play unit, it's Sewardson, Horn, Rothy, Zinchenko, and Mullins. With 28 seconds until Graham comes out of the penalty box. So for the second straight night, the Scarecrows get a 5-on-3 in a tied hockey game. Bussell and Horn will take the face-off to start it off. And a face-off win and quick clear would do wonders for the Roadrunners, but they don't get it. Mullins walks over to Rothy. Johnson comes out to him. Rothy cycles it down. Sewardson trying to float it across. I think he was going for that top corner short side on Yoshi. That didn't work. Puck ends up all the way over the glass and protective netting into the seats. Brockway ended up with 2 minutes for roughing. 15 seconds left to go on Graham's penalty. Sewardson up to the point to Rothy. Walks in, fed it over. Mullins attacked by Johnson. Johnson trying to push it out, couldn't do it. Horn puts it back up the wall right into Johnson. Trying to take it from Zinchenko, couldn't do it. Graham is out of the box. Minute 29 left on the Brockway penalty. Fed across, and that was blocked on the way through as Sewardson was wide open on the backside. Mullins settles things down. Slides it to Horn. Zinchenko tried to go back to Horn, taken away by Lockhart. That one off a stick, and it flies out of play into the seats. And that one works well for the Scarecrows, as they don't have to go down and chase. They'll get to have an offensive zone face-off with 1 minute and 9 seconds left on their man advantage. No shots on the 5-on-3 portion of the show for the Scarecrows. And now 5-on-4 for 69 seconds. And now Scantleberry has been asked to leave the face-off. Davis and James on the draw. And it comes back to Brosnan. Over to Metnin. He walks, looks towards the net, now goes to Brosnan. Quickly to Prexler. Metnin. Davis works his way up high. Metnin back to Davis. Looks for a pass down low, has Prexler. Metnin, touch pass across. Brosnan a shot, fought off by Yoshi, and the rebound couldn't be put back on net by Jawan Davis as Adam Heinzel was right on top of him. Puck is underneath some bodies behind the net. And it's pushed up the boards right into Brosnan. Metnin to Davis. To Prexler down low in tight, and Yoshi makes the save on Bowie Slarks. And it's sent down ice by Luke James. 20 seconds left on the Brockway penalty as Yoshi comes up with a big save. Prexler had it taken away by Lockhart, sent all the way down, and Bussell may have just iced the rest of this Scarecrows power play. Slarks tipped it in, went off the stanchions. We're back to 5-on-5. That one not an icing as it was dumped down before the penalty expired. The quick up is for Rothy. He could only get a touch on it though, couldn't bring it in clean. Parsons. Try to slip it out towards Sim or Lockney. Horn, the next one to touch it. Parsons trying to go right back up that direction. Has Zinchenko to deal with. Wycheck at the point. Zinchenko and Parsons going at each other. And now they'll drop the mitts. Zinchenko and Parsons, the second fight of the period. Now Parsons trying to fight back. Zinchenko with some consistent right hands. Parsons trying to push back. They're tied up now. Parsons grabbing at Zinchenko's helmet. They're tied up now. Parsons throws a right. They're still tied up now. Parsons going at it with the left hand. Zinchenko back with a couple of rights. They're fully wrapped up. Parsons with a couple of tired-looking rights. I think they're done. So for anyone who was complaining about the lack of fights last night, we already have 2 in the first 20 minutes here tonight. Zinchenko and Parsons will both sit for 5 in the box with under 4 to go here in period 1. We will take, I believe we will take a timeout. And we might have some blood to clean off the ice as well. 3:54 left to go in the Munger Physical Therapy first period. We'll be right back here on the PHP Network.
At Hungry Howie's, we have a flavor philosophy. It's that you deserve to mix and match the most delicious flavor you've ever had with even more of the most delicious flavor you've ever had. But how can you mix and match the most delicious flavor twice at the same time? Well, we're not in the business of logic. We're in the business of blowing your flavor-loving mind with flavor upon flavor. Philosophize on that. Get any 2 items on the mix and match menu, including the 2-topping flatbread pizza for $6.99 each.
Hungry?
Howie's!
It's getting rowdy here in Topeka. All kinds of action, shots, fights, and still no score, but a couple of fisticuffs as Trey Fisher and Austin Federley go in the strawweight battle, the lightweight battle, and then Zinchenko and Brian Parsons, they're just moments ago. Millette able to move it out for Frazee. On to Lockney. Has Frazee with him. Lockney tried the return feed. That kicked off of Millette's skate. Heinzel to the net. Out floater. Glove down by Rutherford. Face-off will come to Rutherford's. Not sure if it's his right or his left. They announced Tucker Scantleberry as the one who fought, but it was actually Bohdan Zinchenko, the number 17, on the other side. Scantleberry is on the Prowler's bench, I can confirm. Thelstrom up for Stiles. Couldn't dance around Miettinen and left the puck in the neutral zone. Heinzel stepped up, though, to put it back in the offensive end. Millette moved it up. Prexler on to Davis. Davis sent it towards the net, and Yoshi sticked it away, and he'll cover it up on the side of the cage for another whistle and another face-off with 3:10 to go here in the opening period. Face-off will be to Yoshi's left. He has made 10 saves so far in this one. Rutherford with 14. And it took until about this time last night to find our first goal, as Mullen's shot gloved and held by Yoshi. Yoshi, of course, always the showman, loves to pulled out that glove hand to let you know he has the puck in it. Whether it's a game or in practice, well, in practice, he will certainly let you know when he's made a save on you. Puck is loose in the slot, swiped at Johnson. He gets it out of the zone. That puck slid with nobody going for it in the circle, and Johnson just got it out. And now Johnson gets it over to Graham. Tried to pass over to Lockhart, almost gave it right away to Sewardson in the high slot. Here is Lockhart into the offensive end. Drags to his backhand. Was held up enough by Wyzak. Johnson bounced it off the boards. Millette hustles to keep it alive at the blue line. Walking the line is Millette. Floats it down to Scantlebury. Tried to go in front to Bussell. That didn't work. Bussell up high for Brockway. Johnson a one-timer. And Rutherford somehow able to make the save through all the traffic. Millette up high to Johnson, who's playing defense right now with Parsons serving as fighting major. Millette over to Johnson. Thought about the shot. Now fire it across in Brockway's direction. Brockway center. Scantlebury on the rebound. Couple of tries. Rutherford down. Johnson a drive on the one-timer with Rutherford and Scantlebury down in the net. Rutherford lost his blocker. They blow it dead. This is a Scarecrows delayed penalty as Scantlebury was cross-checked into Parker Rutherford. Roadrunners unable to put it in the back of the net though, with Rutherford down and out, but they will go to their first power play of the night. And before we begin this power play for the Roadrunners, be sure to stick around for the Moses Roses Smoke Break First Intermission Report. We'll chat with Barry Soskin, who has just come up the stairs to my right. We'll talk all things Topeka hockey and a little bit of Prowlers. Also take a look at the out-of-town scores, game stats, and storylines from around the league. So that's all coming up in the First Intermission Report. Here's Austin Federley, fresh out of the box from his fighting major. Fires it across to Lockney. Down to Graham, back to Lockney. The power play will end in the second period if the Roadrunners cannot score. Federley down to Sim. Burks back up top to Johnson. And now Sim. Lockney takes the shot and he rolls it too tall. Sim trying to settle that puck down. It's on edge. He hands off for Federley. He gets it right back from Tristan Sim. Federley starts to skate all the way across to Johnson. Now Lockney. Down to Matt Graham. Johnson at the top. Wrists it through off the back wall. Comes out in front. Horn able to just chop it out of the zone. Final minute to go here in the period. Again, if the Roadrunners do not score, this power play will spill into the early seconds of period 2. Bussell drops it back to Scantlebury. Across, Lockhart takes a look and he shot it wide. Chipped out by Sewardson. Millette collects. Final 30 seconds ticking off the clock. Frazee back to Millette. Takes a look. Millette behind the net. To Frazee up high, Lockhart. Across, Scantlebury takes the shot off a stick. And over top of the cage, Frazee and Wysack tie up. Wysack trying to delay and get out of the period, but he can't. But Bussell's pass hops over Lockhart's tape, and that's going to do it for the first 20 minutes of tonight's game in Topeka. The Roadrunners will have a very brief 6-second power play when period number 2 begins. As we are scoreless through 20 minutes, a couple of fights and plenty of shots, 15-11 in favor of the Roadrunners in the shots on goal department, but they were unable to beat Parker Rutherford, and the Scarecrows unable to get past Yoshihiro Kuriowa on the other end. Again, shots 15-11. But we've seen some nastiness, and we'll see if maybe it breaks loose a little bit more as this game starts to move along. As both teams head to the locker room, they will chat about it before getting set for period number 2. Well, once again, coming up in the Moses Roses Smoke Break, the first intermission report here on the PHP Network. Barry Soskin, the Prowlers and Dashers and some other teams' owner, is here to chat with me about all things Topeka this weekend. It's been a great weekend so far. We look forward to hearing all of his thoughts. We'll also take a look at the out-of-town scores, the upcoming, or the storylines from around the league, and much more. So keep it here on the PHP Network for all the coverage in this first intermission. But once again, no score between the Roadrunners and the Scarecrows. Well, the Prowlers are celebrating 10 years in Port Huron, and now's your chance to get special limited edition 10th anniversary gear at the Prowlers team store, located on the west end of McMorran Arena at every home game or online anytime at prowlersmerch.com. You can scan the QR code on your screen now to visit the online shop. Look your po-ho best with gear from the Prowlers team store. No score here tonight through 20 minutes, and we'll be right back here on the PHP Network.
It's time to wake up on the sunrise side of Michigan. Wake up to beautiful beaches. Wake up to vibrant urban landscapes. Wake up to unique eats. Wake up to charming coastal towns. Wake up to cozy entertainment. Wake up to Michigan's Thumb Coast. Plan your perfect wake-up call using bluewater.org.
Keep up with your Prowlers all season long on social media. Follow us on Facebook at the Port Huron Prowlers, Instagram at PH Prowlers, and Twitter at PH Prowlers. And you can find more information on our website, phprowlers.com.
We're on a mission to feed the future by helping farmers worldwide be more resilient, more productive, more sustainable for generations to come. Corteva Agriscience. Keep growing.
Grab your friends and head to Bella Bola, a local pizza spot located in the heart of downtown Port Huron. Our menu is full of timeless favorites made fresh in our on-site pizza oven. Available for pickup or delivery. Just don't fight over the last slice.
They're seriously not even that much better than you.
Should've just got a ticket from phprowlers.com.
I should have just bought tickets at phprowlers.com.
I got it!
I should have just got a ticket at phprowlers.com.
I should have got a ticket at phprowlers.com.
They should have just got tickets
at phprowlers.com.
Got this.
Welcome back here to Topeka. 20 minutes down and still no goals yet tonight, but we've seen a few fights. I'm here with Barry Soskin, who is the owner of the Prowlers, of course, part of the Dashers and has been heavily involved in bringing a team here to Topeka. And it's been great this weekend. I'm sure last weekend as well. The crowds have been great, and it seems like the city is really into the hockey.
I agree. They've done a great job here. Not only the staff that we've kind of assembled for these 4 games, but the building here has just been phenomenal to work with. You know, I'm involved in a few teams and have been doing this for quite some time now, and this building ranks right up there with Port Huron as, you know, as some of the best that I've worked with as far as trying to get something done, as far as to make sure that the fans get the full value of what they're trying to do. And look, the games here, all 4 of them had over 3,000, and it's just been a great addition to what we're trying to do here.
Yeah, so I guess my question is, why am I here in Topeka? Why do we come out to Kansas? What brought you to this market?
I've been searching a lot of markets, you know, not just this one, but they were, you know, we're looking at a bunch of different markets to help grow the Fed, and we've come up with the ones down south, and others have now, they've gone into Monroe. And we're looking at a few different markets right now, and we've kind of gone to the Midwest, where this building had hockey once before, like some of the ones that we're in. And you know, they haven't had hockey in a while. They went from professional to juniors, and they really didn't do so well. And they've been hockey-less for quite some time now, and like Baton Rouge, like Port Huron, like Winston, like Mississippi, we were able to come in and, you know, show them the Fed product, and it's been solid ever since.
The Fed is about as spread out as it's ever been at this point. Is there?
You're welcome.
Yeah, we enjoy those long bus trips, but
sure.
I mean, is there any kind of thought to try and filling in the gaps like in the middle, I guess geographically?
Absolutely. And when I was in the coast, we had the same thing. We had all of a sudden Alabama came in and we had to grow to them. No different here. You know, when Danville came in the league, there wasn't a Dayton, there wasn't anything in the Midwest. And so we've kind of grown that. I like the product. I like the entertainment value. Now it's a point of finding the right markets to help grow our product. And we're doing it. I don't want to say slowly, because this year we took on a couple of new ones, and it'll continue. I think that next year there'll also be a couple of new ones, Topeka being one of them. And I mean, the league continues to grow under Don Kernan's leadership. It's perfect for us.
Well, of course, the Prowlers celebrating their 10th year this season, which is just a spectacular milestone. The league's 15 years. Just how have you seen it grow from Port Huron being able to sustain this long? How good is that to see for this league?
It's huge. Look, you don't want to have a league where you're one and done. That doesn't help the other teams. It doesn't help you, obviously. So, you know, when you can have the longevity, 10 years, there's leagues that have started that haven't lasted 10 years. So to say that Port Huron's been around for that long, great. And also it's a feather in the cap of the Fed, the Federal Prospects Hockey League, where we have been around for 15 years. Not many professional hockey leagues that have been around that long.
Well, Prowler's, of course, playing tonight as the Roadrunners. Roadrunners trying to sweep all 4 games. If they do sweep all 4 games, is that going to be the team name? Is that what they're looking at?
You know, I do this. There'll be a name the team contest. I honestly think that the fans like Scarecrows more, only because that was the professional team. Not trying to put Port Huron down for wearing the jersey, but the Roadrunners, in my opinion, doesn't have any meaning to Topeka. They were a team that was in Arizona and moved here. Okay, so I just don't know if that's the name that they want, but everybody knows my team's name, and we don't want to have anything to do with the Chicago Blackhawks here. So Topeka will have a name the team contest, and they can choose their own name.
Well, that just means that those Topeka Roadrunners jerseys are going to be one of a kind.
Absolutely.
And you might never see them again, so be sure to go bid on those jerseys. Should still be a few minutes left on those auctions on Dash, but this has been a great weekend. We've had a great time out here, and Barry, thanks for making it happen.
It's been a great first period. I'm not leaving you until we talk about the 3 fights that we had.
I know. You know what? Yeah, we had a few
Small
fights.
guys like us, we like to see.
We
Federally
love it. Yeah.
And those guys fight. Yeah, I love to see that.
Yeah, the lightweight battle out there. That was
pretty good.
That was fun.
That was a
That
good
was
fight.
a couple of good fights. I wonder if somebody went in there to the locker rooms, told them we need some fights tonight.
I don't know about that, but you know what? Whatever the fans want, the entertainment value. Look, I've got friends that watch back home. They always comment on the broadcasting. They love you, and they want to see this sport. They want to see obviously me be successful, but they love what we're doing here, and this is exactly what we're trying to accomplish, to bring hockey to the masses. And it's not just the big markets in New York or Detroit or Philadelphia or Chicago that should have hockey. All these minor league towns love it. Look at the appreciation you get. I love it.
A packed house tonight. I'm looking forward to see what the official attendance is. But again, thank you. It's been a great weekend. We've enjoyed it. So enjoy the rest of this, and we're looking forward to seeing team here next year.
You got it, and I'll see you back in Port Huron.
Absolutely. Looking forward to seeing you there. We'll be right back here on the PHP Network.
Hi, welcome.
I'm just checking in, and I have a service animal.
Service animal?
Do you have anything on the ground floor so I can let him out at night?
We're on a mission to feed the future by helping farmers worldwide be more resilient, more productive, more sustainable for generations to come. Corteva Agriscience. Keep growing.
Keep up with your Prowlers all season long on social media. Follow us on Facebook at the Port Huron Prowlers, Instagram at PH Prowlers, and Twitter at PH Prowlers. And you can find more information on our website, phprowlers.com.
It's time to wake up on the sunrise side of Michigan. Wake up to beautiful beaches. Wake up to vibrant urban landscapes. Wake up to unique eats. Wake up to charming coastal towns. Wake up to cozy entertainment. Wake up to Michigan's Thumb Coast. Plan your perfect wake-up call using bluewater.org.
Well, welcome back here in Topeka. That was Barry Suskin, the owner of the Prowlers, Dashers, and part owner of a lot of other teams here in this FPHL, but we appreciate him for taking some time to chat here about what's been a great weekend for the FPHL, great couple of weekends for the FPHL and for the city of Topeka. It's been a lot of fun out here in Kansas, and looking forward to having a team here next season. Before we continue talking about the game that we have in front of us, let's take a look around the FPHL. Let's start with our storylines from around the league. And of course, we have to start with one involving this game, as Quinn O'Reilly was suspended for a game as he received the aggressor misconduct last night, along with a 5 for fighting and a 2 for roughing. So he is out for tonight's game. And of course, as I mentioned, Colton Wysack wearing his number 19 in tonight's contest after Wysack wore 98 last night. Oh, the HC Venom bringing back Clendenin Stewart, signing him for the second time this season. He had 3 points in 2 games on January 3rd and 4th against Danbury, released on January the 8th, and now signed back for another weekend against, guess who, the Danbury Hat Tricks. And last night, well, we knew there would be some kind of record possibly set in that game for the Binghamton Black Bears. They crushed the River Dragons 11-4, and in fact, a league record was set. They were the first team in FPHL history to have 3 different players record a hat trick in the same game. Don Olivieri, Gavin Yates, and Kyle Steppen scoring 3 goals apiece in what was a dismantling for the Binghamton Black Bears. And not much changed here tonight as we move into our out-of-town scoreboard. Fewer goals, but similar results. Black Bears just wrapped up the 5-1 win over the Columbus River Dragons. Josh Fletcher scored twice. Kyle Steffen had another. That was a shorthanded goal, and that's a clean sweep for the Black Bears against Columbus this weekend. Hat tricks crushing the Venom right now. It is 9-4 in the late stages of the third. Josh LaBelle, Alexander Vasilyev, and Chase Harwell with 3 points apiece. It's all Danbury, and that makes these points for the Prowlers / Roadrunners that much more important here tonight and this weekend. Motor City Rockers locked in a tight battle against the Monroe Moccasins in Fraser. Josh Colton has 2 for the Rockers, including the go-ahead goal in the third. Avery Smith has the other. Corey Cunningham and the former Rocker Declan Conway with power play goals for Monroe. That one getting down to it in period number 3. Mox out shooting the Rockers right now 45-25, but Trevor Babin having himself a great night between the pipes. 44 saves on 46 shots for him as it just updated right now. Continuing on, second intermission in Athens, 2 aside between the Rock Lobsters and the Zydeco. Elijah Wilson and Scott Chirac scoring for the visitors. Garrett Milan and Kason Gallant with the goals for the home side as the Rock Lobsters trying to pick up another victory against the Zydeco this weekend. And the early stages in the third in Winston-Salem. Thunderbirds got the first 2 goals of the night from Nate Keeley, but Jacob Wolf got the Bobcats on the board, and then Nick McHugh has scored the other 2. And Blue Ridge, with 3 unanswered, has a 3-2 lead in that one again, early stages, third period. Finally, in Watertown, in the second intermission, it's 6-2 in favor of the Wolves over the Seawolves as the Land Wolves try and keep pace in the Empire Division standings. And again, that scoreline just emphasizes the importance on these points for the Prowlers / Roadrunners that much more. Davide Gaeta and Trevor Lord have 2 goals apiece. Ross Bartlett and Dalton Anderson have each scored for Mississippi. But that one, a sizable lead for Watertown. Of course, here it is no score as we get set for period number 2. First, let's take a look at the stats from that opening period. Shots were 15-11 in favor of the Roadrunners. Scarecrows went 0-2 on the power play. Roadrunners, unless they score in the first 6 seconds of this period, will be 0-1, as Connor Mullins will certainly not have to sit down in the penalty box once he steps out there onto the ice. But plenty of penalty minutes in that opening period. Couple of fights. It's been a good one so far. The Roadrunners / Prowlers hit the ice. We get to our PHP Network trivia question. And we want to know what former Kansas-based professional hockey team hosted its training camp in Port Huron. Put your guess in the comments section, and we will give you the correct answer coming up at the start of period number 3. But this is a very interesting one coming straight from Bob Renison, the future voice of the Topeka, whatever they are going to call them. So put your guess in the comment section. Hopefully you get it right, but this was very interesting. We have a bit of an interesting piece of history to show you when we give you the correct answer at the start of period number 3. So again, stick around here on the PHP Network. If not for the game, then to get the correct answer to that trivia question, as both teams hitting the ice right now. It's Yoshihiro Kuriowa down the goal crease to our right, 11 saves on 11 Scarecrow shots in that opening period. And after last night when the Scarecrows only had 18 shots total for the game, they get 11 in that opening 20 minutes. Down to our left is Parker Rutherford. You see him there on your screen now. He made 15 saves on 15 Roadrunners shots. Once again, this power play for the Roadrunners has just a few seconds left on it, as we get set to drop the puck here between Joe Frazee and Zach Horn. Connor Mullins will be stepping out of the box momentarily. And we are underway in period number 2. Reggie Millette starts his way up ice as the power play has just expired. So officially 0 for 1 are the Roadrunners. Lockhart moves up. On for Frazee. Has Lockhart and Johnson with him. Lockhart in front looking for Johnson. That was cut off by Mullins. Johnson would have had a good wide open look at the cage. Lockhart up towards Millette. He touches it in. Wysack first on it. Over to Rothy. He moves up ice with the Roadrunners in the midst of a change. Rothy dances his way in, but he made a move at the blue line, and that's a quick way to get your team drawn off sides, and that is indeed the case. We get our first whistle of the period 50 seconds in. Juwan Davis and Matt Graham on this face-off. Just outside of the Roadrunners zone. Lockney able to push it back to Heinzel. And now Felstrom up towards Graham. Federley try to pass it off to the side. Brozin, rink-wide feed on for Prexler. Gets it in. Heinzel slips it on for Lockney. Now Lockney takes a hard hit from Brozin, his number 88 opposite tonight. Lockney comes out with it. Up for Federley off his stick. Metnin first on it in his own end. A couple of Roadrunners watching him. Metnin had his pass get caught up in Lockney. Found it again, but play it right into Federley. Federley finds himself some space. Takes the shot, knocked down, and held onto by Parker Rutherford. He snatched it with that quick glove hand again. And Rutherford, a guy who's used to keeping his team in games when they're getting outplayed. He did it last night. Unfortunately for him, he did not get the result. Tonight, he has made some big saves. As Bohdan Zinchenko and Brian Parsons leave the penalty boxes to stick taps from their respective benches. Zinchenko to the bench, Parsons now up at right point. Sim couldn't keep it in. Parsons across to Bussell covering for Tristan Sim. Here is Sim again for Stiles on the back end in front. Bussell got a touch on it. And Rutherford able to make the save. Nice pass from Kenny Stiles over to Jamie Bussell, who just tipped that one on, and Rutherford got it right in the breadbasket. Off this face-off, Sim over to Stiles, across looking for Bussell. That puck just didn't sit for him. Bussell with space, walks in, and it's stopped by Rutherford. Sean Gore chops it over to the near side. Sim pinches in to keep the puck deep. Jumanji couldn't get it out. Here's Sim. Floating down low. Bussell spins around the cage. Bussell still with it. Takes the shot. That one hit a stick. Bussell across to Scantleberry as the Roadrunners begin a change. But the pass back to Parsons didn't connect. And the Scarecrows will be able to get some fresh bodies out as well. Parsons gets the red line over to Millette on the left wing side. Millette takes a hit. Tried to center, only found Mietnin. Here's Zinchenko with Sewardson hustling to join him. They run into each other along with Ben Brockway. Now Frazee chips it by his man. 3-on-1 for the Prowlers. Millette to Johnson. Back to Millette on his backhand. Save! Score! Reggie Millette cleans it up in the crease. And the Roadrunners first on the board tonight. Millette sticking with the puck, doesn't give up on the play after Rutherford made the first save. And they make good on the 3-on-1. Reggie Millette, his 10th goal of the season. And they finally break through early in period 2. And you see here on the replay, little give and go from Johnson to Millette. First shot stopped by Rutherford with the pad, but Millette right there jamming away at the rebound. Able to put it away. And on shot number 17, or 19 of the game, maybe 20, we'll see exactly how they score it. They're still adding shots here on the big board and on my penalty sheet. We have a delay off this face-off. But a great play to begin the whole rush from Joel Frazee, chipping it past his man at the point. And that started the whole thing. A 3-on-1 that the Roadrunners able to finish off. Should be Millette from Johnson and Frazee. We'll see how they score it as they announce it here in the building. Davis able to win it back from Millette on this face-off. And Lockhart back in his own end. And they do indeed score correctly here. And this line still out there, buzzing for more. Johnson with some space on the left wing. Johnson in front, and they score again! It's Millette again! 2-0 Roadrunners just like that. And how about another give and go between Johnson and Millette? This time it's on the left wing side, and Johnson centers for another Reggie Millette marker. That was about 21 seconds between goals, if I got my math correct. The runners out of the locker room and on the board a couple of times. And that line of Johnson, Frazee, and Millette getting it done. Lucas Rothe picking up on the boards as the Scarecrows on their heels, now trying to get one back. Horn couldn't get it in the zone cleanly. Offsides the call against the Scarecrows. So Ben Brockway picks up the other assist on this goal. And Brockway now up to 5 points this season, and 4 of them have come against the Dashers/Scarecrows. And some of the fans doing a little he shoots, he scores chants. I hear somebody banging on buckets, which from what I was told, that's been a tradition here in Topeka for a long, long time for their old hockey teams. And hopefully they bring that back when the Fed team is here. Delstrom had Horn tied up. Another good job by the stanchion to keep a puck in the zone. The Roadrunners able to escape. That happened in the first period when that was the Scarecrows' end. Bodan Zinchenko on the right wing. Cuts, drops, Rothe takes the shot, just slipped it wide along the ice. Horn, blanketed by Adam. Heinzel cycles it, and Bussell steps in front of Rothy. Bussell trying to slip through a couple of players, including his teammate Lockney. Zinchenko turns it the other direction. Indirect feed off the corner boards to Rothy. He couldn't pick it up. Bussell does. Styles with Lockney, and now Bussell joining them. Here's Bussell walking in. Fought off by Rutherford. Ends up behind the net. Bussell trying to center back again. Couldn't do it. Lockney lost his stick as he heads off to the bench, and Lucas Lockney has taken a penalty as he gave a bump to Trey Fisher on the way back to the bench. I think Fisher may have knocked Lockney's stick out of his hands. It's the only reason I would think that Lockney would do that. We'll take a timeout. The Johnson to Millette connection is alive and well, and the Roadrunners have a 2-0 lead.
Welcome to McDonald's. How may I help you?
Can I please get a big...
What I need from you is a chicken Big Mac.
A chicken Big Mac? That's not a Big Mac.
Actually, it is.
It's not
a Big Mac.
Chicken Big Mac?
Chicken patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, and pickles on a sesame seed bun. Enjoy.
The chicken Big Mac.
It's not a Big Mac.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Live where you work. Work where you play. Is your work commute making you miserable? Quit the commute. Explore hot jobs in St. Clair County paying $40,000 to $100,000 or more. Visit stclairhotjobs.com. Spend more time doing what you love. If you're not currently living in St. Clair County, or you know friends or family that moved away but are ready to come back, then visit stclairhotjobs.com to find a new job and make the move.
So a Scarecrows power play coming up with 14:43 left to go in the Hungry Howie's second period. Lucas Lockney in the box, 2 minutes for interference. And the Scarecrows will look to get their first shot of the period. Roadrunners up 7-0 on shots in this frame, and they've scored twice, both on Johnson passes to Reggie Millette. And Millette now up to 11 goals on the year. Both he and Johnson are the only two Prowlers with double-digit point streaks this season. Johnson lost his last night. Millette lost his last weekend. But they are back on the board here tonight. Brozin rims this one around. Bodies go flying in the middle of the ice. Austin Federley doesn't have a stick, as Brozin sent it to the net, blocked by the stickless Federley. And he got his courage from the Wizard, Austin Federley. That shot goes wide as Johnson got his stick in the lane. Davis out high looking for Miettinen, and that didn't connect. Federley will get a chance to go to the bench. They switch up both forwards to the Roadrunners. Prexler trying to play away from Scantleberry. And he drops it off. Rothy makes a move. Scantleberry lost his stick as Rothy tripped down to the ice. No arm up in the air. So Mullins takes the shot. That one rose over top of the cage, lands on the back of the net. Scantleberry scoops up his stick as Lockhart absorbed contact from Davis. Scantleberry couldn't one-hand it out. Brockway finds it. He's met there by Davis and Slarks. Yoshi tries to clear it himself, and he does. When in doubt, let your goalie clear the puck. 34 seconds left on the penalty to Lucas Lockney. And of course, the cliche goes, your goaltender has to be your best penalty killer. Maybe not as much a cliche as it is a good thing to have. And Yoshi doing it there. Mullins walks the line, takes the shot. That one hit Heinzel on the way through. He's grabbing his arm in a little bit of pain. He gets stick taps from his bench. Horn looking in front, over to Sewerton, down low, Zinchenko, robbed by Yoshi! What a save by Yoshi on the back post, stretching out that left pad to steal one away from Bogdan Zinchenko. Lockney about to step out of the penalty box. That was a beautiful pass from Sewardson to the backside. And Yoshi, the only one keeping Bohdan Zinchenko off the board there. Wow, what a stop. Off the draw, Lockhart slips it up towards Millette, but it bounced away from him. And the Scarecrow's able to keep it in. Davis couldn't center as Frazee sent it over to the wall. Davis. Now Mietnin dumps it down and around. Justin Brosnan tried a wrap play. It came all the way through the crease to Davis. Wysack had some trouble with it. Lockney scoops it up with Millette. Lockney spins on his backhand, sent it across. Frazee with the shot. He just sent it all the way through and wide. Brosnan's pass knocked down, but he gets it again. And this time we go to Prexler. Rink wide feet. Parsons casually gets his stick in the way. And Reggie Millette up with Johnson. Those two dangerous together. Here's Johnson with the puck. Moves on back. Tried to give it to Sim, hustling down the boards to meet the puck. Bounced up high. Parsons with space. Down Main Street, his shot. Gloved and held by Parker Rutherford. And the face-off will be to Rutherford's left, so the Scarecrows get one shot on their power play, and it's an absolute highway robbery from Yoshi. Up this face-off, here's Federle. Circling in the corner, goes up high, Sim one-timer, and that one fought off by Rutherford. I think he picked it up at the very last moment. Jumanji, now Sewardson with it, as Jumanji was hustling after it. Over towards Fisher, lost the handle. Graham got caught up in that scrum a little bit and tripped down to the ice. Mullins to the net through traffic, and Yoshi able to fight it off. And now Graham works out. Trying to send Johnson on his way. Madot fell down. Now he sends Johnson into the boards. Johnson up high. Styles kept it in. Fanned on the pass. Now he'll get it deep. Bussell spins on the half wall away from Madot. Behind the net, Styles. Out to Johnson. Thelstrom wants the one-timer. He takes it. It's blocked. Heinzel to the net. Gloved. And held by Rutherford as Trey Fisher got in front of that one-time blast from Ludwig Thelstrom. I know Ludwig Thelstrom can score. He is a great shot. 3 goals this season. Up this face-off, Styles. Down the half wall, makes a move to the net. Styles in front, batted at by Bussell, but off the side of the cage. Bussell in the corner, watched by Gore. He'll cycle it deep. Wysack and Scantleberry get there together. Tucker Scantleberry spinning away. Trying to find some space. Scantleberry putting Wysack in the spin cycle. Here's Thelstrom, centered. Bussell didn't get all he wanted on that one-timer. Just shanked it a bit. Scantleberry comes in, hard hit on Gore. And now Scantleberry is being challenged by Gore. Penalty was coming up to Scantleberry. These two will fight. Gore throwing a couple of lefts. Now Scantleberry a hard right. Scantleberry, couple of hard rights with Gore down. And they'll be separated. And Tucker Scantleberry giving it to the crowd. And they're letting him hear it right back to him, getting them hyped up. The original penalty was coming to Tucker Scantleberry as he threw a hard hit on Gore behind the net. We'll see what that call officially is. Then those two decide to drop the mitts. I guess Gore decided to drop the mitts, and Scantleberry happy to accept third fight of the night tonight. Referees all talking about it. And now Scantleberry might be getting escorted to the door. And indeed that is the case. Scantleberry heading off the ice, so this must be a 5-minute major against Tucker Scantleberry. So a long power play seems to be coming for the Scarecrows. And now Sean Gore also going off the ice, so maybe things are evened up a little bit. Matching confused faces for me and Devin Dobik, the Dasher/Scarecrows broadcaster. The referees chatting about it. Paul Jean and Ryan Bray, you see them there on your screen. Nothing has gone up on the board. Nothing has come down on my penalty sheet as of yet. Should be going to a TV timeout in just a few moments. We'll wait until they officially call it, because as we found out last night, sometimes the TV timeouts are not always done officially and all at the right times. But Austin Federley and Kim Metnin getting the official words. As Paul Jean gives the penalties to the scorer's table. Again, nothing has come down on my sheet. Nothing is up on either scoreboard, on either side of the penalty sheet. We'll take a quick timeout and figure it all out when we come back here on the PHP Network.
See that? That's what 100% mozzarella looks like. What dough made daily looks like. What fresh ingredients and 8 irresistible flavored crusts on pizza cooked to perfection looks like. It's so much flavor, we don't even know if it's legal to have this much flavor. Now you can get that famous flavor for only $8.99. Wait, a large one-topping pizza for $8.99? That's a deal. It's a steal. No, it's a crime. Just $8.99 for a one-topping pizza full of our famous flavor. Now that's how we do a deal.
Hungry?
Howie's!
SMR Automotive Systems is part of the Motherson Group and a proud community sponsor of the Port Huron Prowlers. We are one of the largest manufacturers of rear-view mirrors for passenger vehicles in the world, with local plants in Port Huron and Marysville. We strive to support our local communities and have positions available for various abilities and experience. Find out more about who we are at smr-automotive.com.
Welcome back to Topeka. 5 minutes are up on the board for Tucker Scantleberry, though nobody is in either penalty box. As Scantleberry, right now it says a match penalty for an illegal check to the head. And that is certainly a concern for the Prowlers in a supplemental disciplined sort of way, as that will absolutely be looked at by the FPHL front office and Dave Jackson, the director of player safety, as we get set for a 5-minute Scarecrows power play. And Joe Frazee is the sacrificial lamb who will head over to serve the 5 minutes. So an excellent opportunity here for the Scarecrows to get themselves back in this game. Roadrunners failed on a 5-minute power play last night. We'll see if the Scarecrows can get anything here, but Lockhart sends it down off the missed pass.
Number 17, Tucker Scantleberry. A match penalty for head contact.
John Davis makes a pass up to Slarks. Couldn't split the defense. Slarks heads after the puck. They battle away along the boards. Brockway finds it, rims it all the way around, but Brosnan able to keep it alive. Couldn't keep it in the zone. And Bussell was going the other way short-handed, but Brosnan brought it back in just off sides, and they blow it dead. Oh, offsides saves the Scarecrows this time, as Jamie Bussell had an opportunity moving up ice. Face-off will be just outside the Roadrunners' end. Alex Johnson softly over to James. And he just gets it into the Scarecrow's end. And James trying to cause as much havoc as he can. Zinchenko watched by Federley and forced back. James heads off the bench, replaced by Lucas Lockney. A minute gone in the 5-minute power play for the Scarecrows. Rothy comes around behind the net to Sewardson. Parsons holds it up there. 3 Scarecrows, 2 Roadrunners back there. Lockney pokes it out to Federley. 3-on-1 short-handed for the Roadrunners. Here's Johnson across Lockney. Couldn't get a good shot away. Mullins came all the way back on the back check to take it away. What a chance that was short-handed for the Roadrunners. You never see a 3-on-1 short-handed. As Lockney throws the body into Sewardson after he moved that puck. Heinzel steps in front of the 2-line pass and gets it back deep to Scarecrow's territory. Sewardson. Rink-wide feed finds Davis. Pulls up and he's forced out of the zone. Nice play by Lockhart. The Scarecrows has to touch up with Graham all over Davis. Throws it back to Miettinen. Tossed in. Davis and Miettinen going there with Lockhart for that puck. Bunch of bodies right on top of the biscuit. And finally Stiles finds it in the corner and clears down ice. We're about halfway through the 5-minute major. Only 1 shot on net recorded by the Scarecrows so far. Brosnan couldn't dance his way in. Parsons has him tied up. Now Parsons takes the puck. Pops out to the middle of the ice. Davis gloves it down. And Davis gave it right away. Stiles floats it all the way across and out of the zone. Now Bussell couldn't chip it past as Miettinen starts up, sent it to the middle. Prexler walks in, he shoots, glove save by Yoshi. And he holds it out to show what he found. So the face-off will be deep in Yoshi's territory. Right now they have the penalties as 5 each to Gore and Scantleberry for fighting. Scantleberry the 5-minute illegal check to the head match penalty. And then Scantleberry got an aggressor and Gore got an inappropriate gesture. So both of them game misconducts. Although I wonder if that's supposed to be the other way around because Gore was certainly the aggressor on that fight. But either way, neither of them will be returning for this game. Tied up off the faceoff, James finds it on the half wall and takes a hit to make the play as he sends it down to Rutherford. Solid PK so far, 2 shots for the Scarecrows. That pass flubbed. Federley takes it, and he backhands it all the way down. At least as far as Mullins. Mullins pass, evaded Horn, drops for Sewardson, tried to send it down low. That slipped wide. Not sure if he was looking for Zinchenko going down the backside or not. Rothy up top, claps one, and that one just a bit outside. And a strong play by Johnson to move the puck up ice. Has James with him. Trailer is Heinzel. His shot blocked by a sliding Rothy, ends up in the corner, and Johnson puts it behind the net with a minute to go on the 5-minute major to Tucker Scantleberry. And here's Zach Horn on the right wing. His shot gloved and held by Yoshi at the side of the net. And it's been the Roadrunners who have had the better opportunities during this 5-minute major. Yoshi has made the saves he's had to. Face-off will be between Davis and Graham. with 52 seconds left on the Scantleberry penalty, being served by Joel Frazee. Lockhart backhands this one the length of the ice. Miettinen and Lockney looking for it. Miettinen plays it away from Lucas Lockney. And up comes Davis over the blue line. Ron Davis from the outside, put it wide on the short side. Lockney surrounded by 3 Scarecrows. They take the puck, put on net, and Yoshi able to make the stop with the pad and sent all the way down once more by Lockhart. Rutherford retreating behind his own net, challenged by Lockney. Brausen has it now. The final 10 seconds ticking off of the major penalty. Prexler closed off by Heinzel. They dig away in the corner, back to full strength. Davis comes around in front, batted up in the air, and it lands for Frazee fresh out of the box. Roadrunners escape the 5-minute major unscathed. Here's Stiles, backhands it across, they score! Ludwig Thelstrom makes it 3-0. Off the successful PK, the Roadrunners strike quickly. And Ludwig Thelstrom with his 4th of the year on a beautiful saucer pass from Kenny Stiles. And Joel Frazee fresh out of the box will get an assist on this as well. Oh, check out the sauce from Stiles right on the tape of Ludwig Thelstrom. He's able to put that one home. And you talk about killing any momentum the Scarecrows may have had. He had a successful 5-minute penalty kill and then score immediately after. That'll do it. And the Roadrunners in control. Millette lofts this one out. It gets all the way through. Johnson collects all the way around. Couldn't get it all the way through for the wrap. He's taken in behind the net by Mullins. Johnson pokes it over to this side. Zinchenko wins the race to the puck. And now Rothy, lead pass. Taken away, here's Sim. To the left wing side, Millette pokes it away from Miettinen. Millette kicks it along. Looking towards Johnson, that was batted away. Johnson to Millette, takes the shot off a stick, and it rises up out of play. All Roadrunners here in this second period. Their PK is successful, and they're up now by 3 thanks to Ludwig Thelstrom. You're watching Topeka Hockey here on the PHP Network.
Explore the 140 miles of stunning shoreline along Lake Huron. That is Michigan's Thumb Coast. Discover charming coastal towns, serene beaches, and endless outdoor adventures. Stay at cozy hotels, paddle through pristine blue waters, and hit the fairways along breathtaking views. Plan your perfect getaway at bluewater.org.
Grab your friends and head to Bella Bola, a local pizza spot located in the heart of downtown Port Huron. Our menu is full of timeless favorites made fresh in our on-site pizza oven. Available for pickup or delivery. Just don't fight over the last slice.
Back here in Topeka, saluting the veterans here tonight. And it's the Roadrunners, the roadside,
Explore the 140 miles of stunning shoreline along Lake Huron. That is Michigan's Thumb.
Pardon me, technical difficulties here. And by technical difficulties, I do mean human error, but technical difficulties nonetheless. As we get set for another face-off here deep in Parker Rutherford's end. Roadrunners trying to continue the pressure that they've had all period, including that 5-minute major that they were able to kill off. They got some good short-handed opportunities. As they look for more, here's Lockney recollecting that puck. Fed it across to Brockway along the blue line. Brockway makes a move to his backhand to Brockway. And Brockway's shot was stopped by Rutherford. It was Lockhart, part of me, that was on the far side, gave it to Brockway. Here is Lockhart. A shot stopped by Rutherford. Rebound ends up behind the net. And Wysack plays it up the wall, but right into Brockway. Shot rose off a stick. And a field goal good for Ben Brockway. Another face-off deep in the offensive end for the Roadrunners. Fantastic crowd here tonight, and a fantastic game for the team playing as the Roadrunners. Off the face-off, James floats it across to the most recent goal scorer, Thelstrom. Sent it on net, and Rutherford able to make the stop with Kenny Stiles right there. 3:03 left to go in period number 2. Bussell and Davis again on this face-off. Looks like Luke James will just be taking over Tucker Scantleberry's spot on this line with Bussell and Stiles. Mettinen in no hurry behind his own net, watched by both Bussell and James, you see there on your screen. Stiles collects at his own blue line. Back for Thelstrom. James looks to turn it up ice, gets it to Stiles. Left wing side. Kenny Stiles tried to chip it through. Batted down toward Bussell off the side of the net, and Rutherford puts the blocker on top. He'll get that whistle and the face-off. Shots right now in this period, 14-3 in favor of the Roadrunners. And they've scored as many goals in this period as the Scarecrows have shots. Up this face-off, Johnson over to Millette right down Main Street, but he couldn't make a move and get through. Millette on hat trick, watch with 2 in the period. Horn shot, kick save by Yoshi, and a good save by Frazee. Good play by Frazee to tie up Zinchenko, who was looking for that rebound. That was Parsons, pardon me. Frazee chops it up the boards. Now Millette works out with it. Reggie Millette up with Johnson, and Johnson just a little too eager. Offside at the line. Johnson doesn't agree, but he has been dangerous alongside Reggie Millette tonight. Again, the primary assist on both of Millette's goals. And those 2 goals came 21 seconds apart. That was early in this period. And the Roadrunners have kept the foot on the gas since then. Jumanji works it up, sends it all the way around. Lockhart has 2 Scarecrows on him as he grabs that puck. Stewartson puts it up high. So he was dumped to the ice. Yoshi a kick save. Kicked it right into Stewartson, who's getting back to his skates. Stewartson all the way through the crease. Lockney grabs it on the other side. Federley collects. Plenty of Scarecrows back. Federley tried to slip it down low. Saved by Rutherford. He gathers in the rebound with Lockney in the area. Mettinen wants to get after Lockney, but Federley and the linesman will keep him from getting there. Well, stick around for the Moses Rose's Smoke Break second intermission report. We'll chat about this game this weekend so far. A great weekend here in Topeka, from on the ice to off the ice. We'll also take a look at the upcoming schedule for when the Roadrunners go back to being the Prowlers, and the out-of-town scores as well. It's all coming up here on the PHP Network. Prexler wraps this one around. Yoshi stops it for Thelstrom behind the net. Thelstrom upended. There's a one-timer from Prexler. And Yoshi has that one clutched to his chest. Face off will be to Yoshi's left. So he makes another strong save, his 17th stop of the night. Davis and James in on this face-off. Davis won it right back towards Brozin, and now Malak gets it deep. Final minute of play in period 2. Kept in at the line. Heinzel behind his own net leaves it for Thelstrom. Ludwig Thelstrom steps out. Floats it across towards Heinzel, who skates into it. Into the offensive end, Adam Heinzel throws on the brakes. Across to Thelstrom, and now Bussell. Heinzel thought about the one-timer, now he'll take a wrister. That just goes wide. Stiles, centering feed, looking for James coming down the slot. That was blocked away. Stiles again steps out this time, but couldn't make a pass where he wanted it to. Maybe got his signals crossed with Heinzel. Roadrunners have to regroup. Bussell up for Johnson. Now Stiles floats it across towards Freezy, fresh off the bench. Freezy in front. That one didn't get all the way to Johnson. Parsons walks, gives to Freezy, but that will do it. In period number 2, and the Roadrunners will take a 3-0 lead into period number 3. Shots on goal in that frame, 15-6 for the Roadrunners, and they score the only 3 goals of the frame. You see Parker Rutherford there on your screen. He has made 27 saves so far, but Brian Parsons and the Roadrunners, along with Yoshihiro Kuriowa, have been able to take a big lead, and their penalty kill a big reason why. They kill off a 5-minute major when it was 2-0, and they go right down and score to make it 3. We'll talk much more about that coming up on the Moses Roses Smoke Break second intermission report. We'll also take a look at the upcoming schedule for when the Prowlers go back to being the Prowlers. Home games in the future for Port Huron, so that's very, very exciting. We will also take a look at the out-of-town scores, of course, and all the other usuals here on the PHP network. But once again, it is a 3-0 lead for the Topeka Roadrunners. So secure your seats for the Prowlers' next home game on Friday, February the 7th, as they take on the Carolina Thunderbirds with puck drop at McMorran Place, scheduled for 7:05 p.m. Tickets are available online at phprowlers.com/tickets, by phone at 810-985-6166, or by scanning the QR code on your screen now. That's online at phprowlers.com/tickets, by phone at 810-985-6166, or scan the QR code on your screen now to be a part of the Prowlers' 10th anniversary season. Roadrunners and Scarecrows for 20 more minutes. The final regulation period here at Topeka this season is coming up shortly, so keep it right here on the PHP Network.
It's time to wake up on the sunrise side of Michigan. Wake up to beautiful beaches. Wake up to vibrant urban landscapes. Wake up to unique eats. Wake up to charming coastal towns. Wake up to cozy entertainment. Wake up to Michigan's Thumb Coast. Plan your perfect wake-up call using bluewater.org.
Keep up with your Prowlers all season long on social media. Follow us on Facebook at the Port Huron Prowlers, Instagram at PH Prowlers, and Twitter at PH Prowlers. And you can find more information on our website, phprowlers.com.
We're on a mission to feed the future By helping farmers worldwide be more resilient, more productive, more sustainable for generations to come. Corteva Agriscience. Keep growing.
Grab your friends and head to Bella Bola, a local pizza spot located in the heart of downtown Port Huron. Our menu is full of timeless favorites made fresh in our on-site pizza oven. Available for pickup or delivery. Just don't fight over the last slice.
They're seriously not even that much better than you.
Should've just got a ticket from phprowlers.com.
I should have just bought tickets at phprowlers.com.
I got it!
I should have just got a ticket at phprowlers.com.
I should have got a ticket at phprowlers.com.
They should have just got tickets
at phprowlers.com.
Welcome back here to Topeka. It is 3-0 in favor of the Roadrunners through 40 minutes of play. Of course, the Roadrunners being played by the Port Huron Prowlers tonight. Reggie Millette has 2, Ludwig Thelstrom with the 3rd. And the Prowlers / Roadrunners trying to complete a 4-game season series sweep. And whether that is the Roadrunners teams here in Topeka, as the Zydeco won both as the Roadrunners last weekend, or the Prowlers over the Dashers, because the Prowlers won both in Danville earlier this season, and these are the last 2 games between those two this year. And these are big points in the standings for the Port Huron Prowlers, as they are locked in a tight race with the Danbury Hat-Tricks and the Watertown Wolves for the 2nd and 3rd spots in the Empire Division. Currently, Danbury is occupying the 3rd spot, Watertown the 4, and Port Huron is 2nd. But both the Wolves and Hat-Tricks were off to hot starts tonight. We will give you the final scores from those games, along with the rest of our out-of-town scoreboard, coming up later on in the intermission. And the Prowlers / Roadrunners will need to finish this one out if they want to stay ahead and keep their 5-point cushion on 2nd place. A huge month of February coming up that actually starts tonight, but the month of February is gigantic for the Prowlers. They face off against the Hat-Tricks, a stretch in February into March, 5 out of 6 games, 2 at home and 3 on the road, with a trip to visit HC Venom thrown in there as well. So that will be an extremely important stretch. But before that, they'll face off against the Carolina Thunderbirds at home. We'll get into more detail about that when we get to the upcoming schedule. But let's talk about this weekend. And the weekend that has been great here in Topeka. It is a fan base that has fully embraced pro hockey coming back here. They have a great facility here in Landon Arena, Stormont Vale Event Center. Our hotel is right next to the event center. They're actually connect. I was not able to get into Landon Arena from inside the hotel. The door was locked, but they do actually connect inside. But that's how close these two buildings are, which is just so awesome. That's fewer trips on the bus. You can just leave the bus in the parking lot for the weekend when you come visit here, and you don't have to drive it up to the rink. And I certainly love it as someone who likes to get here to the rink early. There's certainly lots of players who like to get to the arena early, and they have the opportunity to do so. But it's a great hotel and a great spot here in Topeka, and again, the fans are really enjoying it. We've done some PR things from bagging groceries at the local Hy-Vee to the news spot with Matt Graham and Alex Johnson that you may have seen on the Prowler's social media. And also, Austin Federley, Stefan DC, and I did a fun promo video, which what I've been told will be coming out within the next week, possibly tomorrow. On Friday, we came here to the arena and we met with some of the PR team from the Topeka Pro Hockey Group, and we played a little round of golf inside the arena. They had a putting green that they moved all around the arena, on the ice, around the concourse, and we were playing around with that. That will be a fun promo video that hopefully will come out shortly, and we'll be sure to share that. That was a lot of fun, but they are all in on pro hockey here in Topeka. I can tell you that for certain. And this will be a great venture for the FPHL, and this will be a great place to come and visit for Road franchise, and certainly a win-win for city and league. This one's been a win-win all the way around for the Roadrunners. As you take a look at the stats so far in this one, out shooting the Scarecrows 30-17 right now. They won the shots battle 15-6 in that second period, scored 3 times, killed off a 5-minute major. They will not have Tucker Scantleberry for the rest of the game, and we'll see if he's able to play next Friday against the Carolina Thunderbirds. But the Roadrunners unsuccessful on their only power play, but they've been able to find the back of the net, and a dangerous connection between Reggie Millette and Alex Johnson has been found, as Johnson the primary assist on both of Millette's goals, and Millette on hat trick watch, looking to become the second Prowler with a hat trick this season following the now ejected Tucker Scantleberry. See, everything comes full circle. As we are just minutes away from period number 3, we will take a quick break. And when we come back, the out-of-town scores and all that fun stuff. So keep it locked in here on the PHP Network, and we will also begin period number 3 in just a few minutes.
Hi, welcome.
I'm just checking in, and I have a service animal.
Service animal?
Do you have anything on the ground floor so I can let him out at night?
We're on a mission to feed the future by helping farmers worldwide be more resilient, more productive, more sustainable for generations to come. Corteva Agriscience. Keep growing.
Keep up with your Prowlers all season long on social media. Follow us on Facebook at the Port Huron Prowlers, Instagram at PH Prowlers, and Twitter at PH Prowlers. And you can find more information on our website, phprowlers.com.
It's time to wake up on the sunrise side of Michigan. Wake up to beautiful beaches. Wake up to vibrant urban landscapes. Wake up to unique eats. Wake up to charming coastal towns. Wake up to cozy entertainment. Wake up to Michigan's Thumb Coast. Plan your perfect wake-up call using bluewater.org.
Welcome back here to Topeka, minutes away from dropping the puck on the third period as the Roadrunners have a 3-0 lead on the Scarecrows. Will Wiggleman here with you on the PHP Network. Thanks so much for tuning in tonight. The fourth and final neutral site game for the FPHL here in Topeka, and the second one for the Prowlers acting as the Roadrunners. Before we can get to period 3, let's take a look at the upcoming schedule for the Prowlers as they return home to start a 4-game homestand. Carolina Thunderbirds in the building next weekend. The final time they will come to McMorran Place this season. And Saturday, Cortiva Family Night. If you bring non-perishable food donations, then you can be entered to win a team-signed Prowlers jersey. Following weekend, they face the Danbury Hat-Tricks, and that starts a stretch where they will play 5 of their following 6 games against Danbury. See those 2 at home. The Saturday one on February the 15th is the Casey's Kids Zone night, the post-game skate with the team. And then after that, they will be on the road for the next 2 weeks with a game against the HC Venom and another in Danbury, and then the following weekend to end the month of February, 2 in Danbury. So if you like the Hat-Tricks, if you hate the Hat-Tricks, you better get used to hearing about the Hat-Tricks because we'll be seeing a lot of them these next few weekends. Let's take a look around the league at what the Hat-Tricks and the other teams in the FPHL did tonight. Out of town scoreboard, everything has gone final. As we start with the Binghamton Black Bears, finishing off the weekend sweep of the Columbus River Dragons, 5-1. They win, a dominant effort from Binghamton this weekend. Kyle Steffen had a goal and an assist. Josh Fletcher, 2 goals for the home side as the Black Bears win big. Speaking of winning big, Danbury, 10-4. They crush the Venom. Johnny Ruiz, 2 goals, 2 assists. Gleb Van Durkin had a hat trick, and it was all hat tricks this weekend. And that is why these points so big for the Port Huron Prowlers. The Motor City Rockers able to earn a split with Monroe as they win 3-2 tonight in Fraser. Josh Colton, the go-ahead power play goal with under 7 minutes left to go in regulation. The Rock Lobsters used a big third period to pull away and defeat the Baton Rouge Zydeco by a final of 6-2. This one was 2-2 headed into the third. Garrett Milan had a goal and 3 assists. Philip Virgili, 2 third period goals. Daniil Glukaria, 2 third period goals as well. And the Lobsters finish off the Zydeco tonight. Thunderbirds make a third period comeback to take down the Blue Ridge Bobcats. They trailed 3-2 heading into the third. Dimitri Selyutin, the former Bobcat, and Joe Cangelosi scored in the third, and the Thunderbirds pull it out. 4-3 the final there. Finally, the Watertown Wolves, the Land Wolves, getting a 9-4 win over the Sea Wolves. Davide Gaeta, 3 goals and an assist. Trevor Lord, 2 goals, 2 assists. Trevor Graspy had 3 helpers. That one all Watertown in Watertown. And they have one more game left to go, as they did not play last night, but they will play tomorrow night. And of course here, it is 3-0 in favor of the Topeka Roadrunners. As we take a look now at our PHP Network trivia question with the Roadrunners heading out onto the ice to begin period number 3. We want to know what former Kansas-based professional hockey team hosted its training camp in Port Huron. And we have to go all the way up to a 3-letter league, the National Hockey League, in fact. The Kansas City Scouts hosted their training camp at McMorran Place. Of course, the Scouts in the NHL from 1974 to 76 did their training camp at McMorran Place both years. And we talked to Bob Renison last night, a Topeka hockey historian and a former broadcaster for some Topeka teams. He did work a little bit with the Kansas City Scouts. He will be the voice of the upcoming Topeka team. But Bob showed me and sent me a picture of this program that was given out by the Kansas City Scouts with pictures from their training camp at McMorran Place in Port Huron. That was a super fun factoid that I was able to learn this weekend. And thank you again to Bob Renison for not only coming on yesterday, but sharing that interesting fact and giving me a picture of that program, which I thought was so cool. But that is tonight's PHP Network trivia question. One of my favorites, I would say, in the time I've been doing the trivia. There's Yoshi, down to our left, 17 saves on 17 shots. You see Parker Rutherford there, down to our right, 27 stops on 30 Roadrunners shots. And we are underway here in the Scholes Family McDonald's third period. And the Roadrunners trying to close this one out. TJ Prexler bounces it up high. Wysack sends it back down and around. Brausen to Jawan Davis. A strong opening shift here for the Scarecrows as they cycle it around. But Frazee able to take it and dump it out. Mullins retreating across to Wysack. Bounced up the boards and out of the zone. Parsons regroups. On for Reggie Millette, 2 goals already for him tonight. Slides it down to Lockney in front. Puck is loose and Rutherford able to cover it up as it came back to him. Lockney's centering pass hit a Scarecrow. And Rutherford able to cover up. Scarecrows / Dashers have lost 27 straight games, and if I am correct, they will be tying the pro hockey record with the Delaware Thunder unless they make a 3-goal comeback and win tonight. And they say an unfair drop, so we'll try again. Graham and Horn will be here to take it. Graham wins it back this time to Lockhart. Federley down behind the net to Lockney. Looking in front, thought about the pass. Instead, he'll come over to this side. Lockney turns the corner. His shot, he just couldn't find the target. Not sure if Rutherford got a piece of it or not. Graham to Lockney waiting in the near side corner. Lockhart bounces it right back down. Comes to Graham behind the net. Lockney works out his shot, rising over top and into the protective netting. I think Mietnin got his stick on it. So another face-off deep in Scarecrow's territory after they had a strong start to the period, cycling it deep in Yoshi's end, but the Roadrunners were able to get it out, and now they've had the offensive zone since. Jumanji trying to push past Kenny Stiles, who took it off his stick. Thelstrom all the way back in his own end. Long lead pass looking for James. That goes just wide of the net. Hustling after it is Stiles. He'll win it. In front looking for James. Mullins got back to knock it away. Stewartson sidestep to hit from Bussell. Slarks dumps it right in on Yoshi. Oh, that one bounced in and he had it, but he wasn't 100% sure he had it. And sometimes those bouncing dump-ins can be the most dangerous shots in hockey. Yoshi, luckily for the Roadrunners, able to control it. They'll get a face-off. But we've seen at all levels those bouncing, dipping shots into the zone that can fool goaltenders, change direction at the last moment. Again, every level of hockey, you have those goals. Back in the neutral zone, it's Bussell. And now Thelstrom works off ice. James touched it in. Wysack chased by Johnson. Mettinen. Up to Sewardson on the left wing. Able to split through Johnson and Frazee. Sewardson dancing and had to take it off his stick by Millette. Frazee flying up. Frazee tries to drag it through, couldn't get back to his stick though. He was surrounded by 3 Scarecrows. Jumanji sent it up towards Sewardson. That's Sim up the other direction to Millette. Fresh Scarecrows off the bench trying to defend. Frazee, Millette one-timer and a save by Rutherford. Frazee up high to Parsons. Down to Sim working his way up the wall. Frazee puts it behind the net. Rothy and Johnson get there together. Comes out of the zone, and here's Davis flying up the left wing. Davis trying to pass across. It was behind everybody, including his intended target, Prexler. Frazee wins the race to the puck. Throws on the brakes and goes back to Tristan Sim. Davis tries to challenge him. Sim with a nice move, gets out. Leaves it for Parsons. And he spins back with his team, getting fresh troops on the ice. Parsons, quick up to Lockney. Drops the shoulder, here's Lockney in. Saved by Rutherford. Puck is loose, it came out on the other side. Brockway to the net. That one hit a stick and ended up in the corner. Lockhart down to Lockney. Back up towards Brett Lockhart. That one bounced on him. And kicked off of Brockway's skate. Zinchenko spun around. Penalty coming up against Ben Brockway. As Rutherford's to the bench for the extra attacker. Graham touches up in the corner, and Ben Brockway is going back to the penalty box. The Scarecrows to an early power play here in period 3, just 4:04 into it. This will be their 5th man advantage of the game. Chance for them to get on the board. Their power play was 0 for 3 last night, and it's 13th in the FPHL coming into this game. Behind the net, it's Zinchenko. Up high to Rothy. Walks the line. Zinchenko. Down low, Horn. Up to Rothy. Drive. They score! Rothy broke his stick, but it came right to Sewardson on the side of the net. And Blake Sewardson has his first goal as a Dasher / Scarecrow. And he has them on the board with a power play goal. A broken play if I've ever seen one, as you'll see Rothy's stick fails him on the shot, but Sewardson able to get the deflection anyway and put it top shelf. The Dashers / Scarecrows are in this one. Just a 2-goal game now overall for Sewardson. 5th goal of the year in game 25 between the Venom and the Dashers.
Scoring a power play goal for the Scarecrows. Number 11,
Ludwig Thelstrom works back up to the far side. James tosses it in softly, heads after it with Mettinen. Kenny Stiles, saucer to the point. Thelstrom on net. That was blocked by Brazen. Mullins lost it in his skates, has Stiles right on him. He's able to work it over to Davis though. Prowler had it taken off his stick. It's under Davis's skates and dumped in by Prowler. Johnson forced back by Zinchenko. Delstrom up for Millette, couldn't hand it off to Johnson. Zinchenko on the counter. Fisher backhands it all the way through. That was all the way up in the air. Then a drive from the point goes too high off the stick of Wysack. That one caroms all the way down below the goal line in Scarecrow's territory. Zinchenko all the way across looking for Fisher. And Fisher dumps that one in. Zinchenko stopped up there by Lockhart. Zinchenko back on it. That poked off his stick. And he has it back. Feed all the way across. Mietnin from a sharp angle. And Lockhart got in the way. Horan takes Millette into the boards. Two Scarecrows all over Reggie Millette. Puck comes over to Alex Johnson. Trying to make a pass across. Hit his own man stick. Fisher's shot held onto by Yoshi as Trey Fisher picked off the cross-ice speed, trying to snap a 16-game goal drought. But Yoshi snags it with the glove. Scarecrows on the board here in period number 3. It's a 3-1 game. You're watching Topeka Hockey on the PHP Network.
At Hungry Howie's, we have a flavor philosophy. It's that you deserve to mix and match the most delicious flavor you've ever had with even more of the most delicious flavor you've ever had. But how can you mix and match the most delicious flavor twice at the same time? Well, we're not in the business of logic. We're in the business of blowing your flavor-loving mind with flavor upon flavor. Philosophize on that. Get any 2 items on the mix and match menu, including the 2-topping flatbread pizza for $6.99 each.
Hungry?
Howie's!
Back here in Topeka, so it's Blake Stewartson on the power play goal that gets the Scarecrows back in the game. Connor Mullins picks up an assist on it. He had 1 assist over his last 15 games coming into tonight. Lucas Rothy with the other assist as he gets the helper after his stick broke. Rothy wearing number 00 this weekend and last weekend for the Scarecrows, which I think is awesome. Hilarious to see a 00 out there on the ice. Don't see that in hockey too often. Right now, Mullins and Rothy out there along with Stewartson. Rothy and Mullins, the defenseman. Stewartson in to take the face-off against Matt Graham. Forced out of the zone. Mullins over to Slarks. And now Justin Sim looks to work it up north. Graham takes in the saucer feed. He lost it to Mullins. Stewartson in with Jumanji, but he left the puck behind. And here's Parsons. Thought there was a whistle, but maybe just heard somebody whistling in the crowd. Federley all the way to Lockney. Sends Graham on his way. Has Lockney with him. Graham waiting for help. He'll just send it deep. Jumanji tries to loft it right back out. Graham right in front of his own bench. He wanted to go off for a change. Now he will after sending Lockney into the offensive zone. Lockney's shot rose off a stick and out of play. And you see Yusuke Jumanji out there, number 98 in white. It's his first season in the FPHL. His only season on record before this one in Germany for last year. But he was an assistant GM for the Yokohama Grits in the Asian League in 2022-23. And you know who one of their goaltenders was that year? Yoshi. So those two do know each other a little bit from that. Yoshi got the better of Jumanji's dashers last time they matched up. Here's Bucell, a shot, kick save, and they score the rebound! it to the top corner, and the Roadrunners respond. Now Styles now with a goal and an assist tonight. He puts the fourth one past Rutherford after the Roadrunners able to turn it over at the blue line. Looked like Luke James who did most of that work, and Kenny Styles with his second goal of the year. The Runners restore the 3-goal advantage. That line will stick out there. Again, good hard work from Luke James to keep that puck from leaving the zone. And Kenny Styles on the spot, able to put home the rebound. There's Styles pushing it off the boards. And into the Scarecrow's end, it's Rothy bouncing it around to the far side. Madot to Horn. Sounds like they won't give James an assist on it, but he certainly did the hard work that got the play started. Icing waved off, Johnson hustling after it, and he wins the race. Taken in hard by Malott. Now Frazee up high for Brockway. That one handcuffed him a little bit. And Lockhart has to recollect in his own end. That one took a hop off the dasher and ends up going down for an icing. As Lockhart sets it off the boards, and it doesn't typically go higher up in the air. As we take another look at that goal, Bussell the first shot. Great kick save from Rutherford, but Kenny Styles to the top corner. And he Styles on the celebration. Please save your groaning for all my puns till the end. Tied up here along the half wall. Millette couldn't chip it past Mullins. Now Frazee fanned on the first pass, got it up towards Johnson. But Sewardson turns it the other way. Jumanji from the outside, steered away by Yoshi. Millette couldn't kick that up to his stick. Lockhart following up the play, has it now. And he just gets it deep. Mettinen turning away from Johnson. Works up the left wing side, and he chips it around. Graham moves it along the wall. Lockney pops it out for Federley. Gives it right back to Lockney on the left wing. Lockney from the outside, and stopped by Rutherford. Juwan Davis overskated it. Got it back, gave it to Jumanji. He lofts it high and out and down. Ryan Parsons behind his own net, under 10.5 to go in period 3, a 4-1 lead for the Roadrunners, trying to sweep the season series, not only as the Roadrunners against the Scarecrows, but also as the Prowlers against the Dashers. As Graham in offsides ahead of that puck. Of course, the Zydeco here last weekend playing as the Roadrunners, won both against the Scarecrows, who were also played as the Dashers, played by the Dashers that night. And the Prowlers trying to finish it off this weekend. Ludwig Thelstrom up towards Kenny Styles, the most recent goal scorer. Here, he and Wycheck cancel out. Davis comes in for the puck. Prexler had it in his skates, bounced it off the boards. Heinzel played it to an area, only found Davis. James knocked it away. James lost an edge, so he couldn't bring in that pass. Here's Zinchenko, a one-time drive. That was blocked by Kenny Styles. Rothy couldn't slip it deep. Heinzel out for Bussell. Gets the red line, tosses it right in, and it goes to Rutherford's left. Roadrunners making a change right now. Prexler sauces it right out. Brockway gloves it down, and he plays it back to his D partner, Brett Lockhart. Lockhart stops up. He shakes away from Horn, but his pass knocked down. Fisher makes it with the backhand, fought off by Yoshi. Now Millette on the counter. Couldn't slip through Mullins. Tossed out by Zinchenko. And Lockhart back in his own end. Lockhart gets it back from Parsons all the way up to Johnson. Frazee skates into it, makes one move. Frazee faked the drive to Johnson, one-timer, didn't get anything on it as Metnin was right there with his stick. Good play by Johnson and Millette to keep it in. Millette to Johnson, he shoots, and I don't know if Rutherford got a piece of it or if Johnson just missed wide. If Rutherford did get a piece of it, that's a heck of a stop from the Dashers netminder. We'll take a timeout, 8:23 to go in period 3. A 4-1 lead for the Roadrunners. You're watching Topeka Hockey on the PHP Network.
EDA, providing local business support for over 70 years. And helping to boost our region's workforce, retain and attract talent. Working to grow the local economy and the flow of money into our community to help businesses be profitable and successful. Focused on improving the region's economic strength and quality of life for residents. To learn more about the EDA of St. Clair County, visit edascc.com.
Explore 140 miles of stunning shoreline along Lake Huron in Michigan's Thumb Coast. Begin your adventure on a blanket of golden sand at one of our serene beaches. Connect with the historic atmosphere of our region's nautical influence and reconnect with friends under a blanket of stars. Plan your perfect getaway at bluewater.org.
3,630 fans packing the lower bowl here at Landon Arena. What energy from the crowd tonight, and they're going to be just as great, if not better, when they have a team here next year. It's a 4-1 lead for the Topeka Roadrunners. And we want to thank everybody here with Topeka Pro Hockey, Stormont Vale Event Center, Landon Arena, the production crew who has done a fantastic job this weekend with all the great camera angles, the instant replays, all of that fun stuff. As they belt out Sweet Caroline here in Topeka. Roadrunners / Prowlers looking for their third straight victory. They have won 7 of their last 8 coming into tonight's game, and they have gotten a point at least in their last 8 games. Meanwhile, the Dashers / Scarecrows are staring at hockey history. As far as I've been told, the pro hockey record for most consecutive losses is 28, and that belongs to the Delaware Thunder of 2 years ago here in the FPHL. And the Dashers will tie that record if the Roadrunners come away with the victory here tonight. Federley works his way in. His shot stopped by Rutherford. The rebound still there. Graham trying to put it on net. It's loose, and Brosing grabs it. Took a hit from Lockney, and Brosing keeps on trucking. Brosing dumps this one in. Delstrom able to slip out from behind his own net. Puck rolling on him. Makes a pass across to Heinzel. Kicked in by Lockney. Working on Rothy. Now 2 Scarecrows on Lockney, able to dislodge the puck from him. But Lockney back on it to Stiles. Curls, drags, backhander, and just couldn't get that one to go on net. Bussell around towards Lockney, waiting for it. Those a little reverse hit on Malott. Those 2 tied up. Puck kicked along to Jawan Davis. And Brosnan soft toss out of the zone. Delstrom with his head up. Hanging out just in front of Yoshi, and he'll go for a 2-line pass to Luke James. James with a lane to the net. James a shot. He scores! Luke James, his first as a Prowler. What a shot! It's 5-1. And Luke James, who's been tenacious tonight all season long as well, finally gets number 1 with the Prowlers this season. And what a shot! Picks the corner over Rutherford's glove hands. And if you just think about it enough, the Let's Go Runners chant here sounds just close enough to Let's Go Prowlers. And the Prowlers are cooking in this one. Up 5-1. And big goal for Luke James to finally get his first goal of the season. Yoshi playing it away from his countryman Jumanji. Stewartson right off the board, sent it out in front. That one tipped away. Bussell into the offensive zone, surrounded with his team in the midst of a change. He just gets it behind the net. Rothy chased by Johnson up to Jumanji. Left there, and Reggie Millette, who's still sitting on 2 goals tonight, gave it back to Sim. Sim up towards Johnson. One touched it across, picked off by Jumanji. Jumanji fought off by Sim, and Yoshi able to stop the puck. Looks like Tristan Sim is getting a penalty, and hooking is the call. Now Tristan Sim to the box, the 6th power play of the night for the Scarecrows. They are 1 for 5 so far. Well, right back to the PK. Go the Roadrunners. Again, for the 6th time in this game, Scarecrows trying to make sure they have the right personnel out there. Under 6 to go here in regulation. Off the faceoff, pops over to the middle of the ice, and Davis scoops it up. Brazen a shot, saved by Yoshi. Staring down one of the most prolific goal scorers in league history, and now Bowie Slark's getting involved again in front of the net. There's a glove in his face belonging to the tied up Adam Heinzel. And Adam Heinzel giving up about 8 inches in that fight. 8 or 9 inches of size, but he doesn't back down from anybody. The PK will continue for the Roadrunners with some fresh defensemen on the ice. Ben Brockway, Brett Lockhart come out to replace Adam Heinzel's group. Miettinen to Brazen, gives it right back along the blue line. Down to Davis, back up high to Miettinen. Slark's right in front of Yoshi, trying to take away his vision. Davis takes the shot through traffic, kick saving a beauty by Ben Brockway. And it's cleared out. Brockway to the bench, hobbled just a little bit. He's feeling that block shot. Back come the Scarecrows. Davis turns it up top to Miettinen. Sent it through, got through everybody, but just wide. May have changed direction on the way through. Parsons trying to push his way out of the scrum. 3-on-3 behind the net. They still battle for it. 58 seconds left, and the penalty to Tristan Sim. Finally, it comes out. Davis up high to Miettinen. Over the shot, glove save by Yoshi on Connor Mullins. We'll take our final timeout, under 5 to go in this one, and the Roadrunners running away with it, 5-1 here on the PHP Network.
SMR Automotive Systems is part of the Motherson Group and a proud community sponsor of the Port Huron Prowlers. We are one of the largest manufacturers of rear-view mirrors for passenger vehicles in the world, with local plants in Port Huron and Marysville. We strive to support our local communities and have positions available for various abilities and experience. Find out more about who we are at smr-automotive.com.
Welcome to McDonald's. How may I help you?
Can I please get a big...
What I need from you is a chicken Big Mac.
A chicken Big Mac? That's not a Big Mac.
Actually, it is.
It's not...
A Big Mac.
Chicken Big Mac?
Chicken patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, and pickles on a sesame seed bun. Enjoy.
The chicken Big Mac.
It's not a Big Mac.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
We invite you to tune into our next broadcast Friday, February the 7th, when the Prowlers, who will then become the Prowlers again, will face the Carolina Thunderbirds. Puck drop scheduled for 7:05 p.m. Pre-game show starts at 6:50. It's all right here on the PHP Network. Of course, that is a home game for the Prowlers. The first of 4 games at McMorran Place in a row. 4-game homestand and some big ones. So be sure to come out to McMorran Place if you're able. If not, we'll see you here on the PHP Network. Just about 5 more minutes that the Prowlers get to play dress up as the Roadrunners. The turnaround shot, kick save by Yoshi on Brozin. They've been successful this weekend, have the Prowlers / Roadrunners. Not only they pick up a couple wins, this one sent down low and Yoshi another save. Looks like they'll pick up a couple of wins and a penalty coming up, holding the call, and that will take care of the final 21 seconds of the penalty to Tristan Sim. And we'll get some 4-on-4. Justin Brozin, the veteran, to the box. And as I was saying, not only does it look like the Prowlers will pick up 6 points this weekend, but also they successfully, certainly you can call it a success, they've successfully endeared Topeka back to pro hockey and reintroduced this city to professional hockey, and it has been a fun weekend, certainly one that we've had circled on the calendar since the schedule came out, and it has certainly lived up to the billing. Justin Brozin in for holding, so 21 seconds of 4-on-4, and then a Prowlers abbreviated power play / Roadrunners. Zinchenko chips this one past Delstrom. Zinchenko on a breakaway, couldn't tuck it back on the backhand. He tried to go one hand on his stick back the other direction, but he didn't get the puck. Sim steps out of the box. Here comes Millette flying in, kicked back by Rothi. Mullins taking all the time in the world to delay this penalty kill, and he'll dump it all the way down now. So minute 20 for this Roadrunners power play to work with, their second man advantage of the game. Johnson plays it all the way around towards Bussell. Let it go through, it's Sewardson, the first one on it. He backhands it the length of the sheet. Stiles the first one back for it. Goal and an assist tonight for Kenny Stiles. As Lockhart dances through the neutral zone, gets into the offensive end, tried to drop it off. Prexler got in the way. And Wysack able to send it out again. Bussell with 40 to go on the Roadrunners power play, forced back. And this power play might just be 2 minutes off the clock and 2 minutes closer to the Roadrunners wrapping this one up. Johnson, rink wide feed, finds Lockney. Flying in, Lockney pulls up. To the top to Federley. Switches spots with Lockney. Down low looking for Graham, that one jumped away from him. Federley across Sim, scores! A power play goal for Tristan Sim just as the penalty was about to expire and make it 6 for the Roadrunners. And Tristan Sim had a power play goal the last time these teams matched up. Gets another one tonight. His 6th goal of the year, 3rd on the man advantage. And all 3 of his goals as a Prowler have come on the power play. It's a beautiful backdoor feed by Austin Federley Looked like Sim may have gotten lost a little bit behind the net in the coverage. And he found himself wide open on the back door. So how about the power play coming through for the Roadrunners with seconds to spare. Their second straight night with a power play goal. Jumanji and Heinzel muscle each other. Here's Wysack keeping it in. Claps it off the backboard, and Thulstrom collects at the side of the net. Heinzel directing traffic. Now he steps out with his team finishing up a change. And Reggie Millette out there still searching for the hat trick goal. Millette across towards Lockney. Mettinen stepped in the way. Drop pass for Davis. His shot changed direction and just missed wide. Frazee on the right wing has Johnson with him. Frazee drags it through. Johnson back to Millette. He couldn't handle it. Turns it on net. It's on top of the cage. And Johnson knocked it off, but it was blown dead as Johnson's feet maybe a little too hot to handle for Reggie Millette. And he almost got it to go over top of Parker Rutherford and in, but it just landed on the back of the net. Austin Federley and Matt Graham picking up the assist on the goal for Tristan Sim, by the way. Face off to Rutherford's right. Tied up there. It's pulled out by Rothi. Lockhart gets the red line in on Rutherford. They'll keep it moving. Final minute to go here in Topeka. A steal. Johnson to Millette just behind him. Millette trying to keep Fisher from getting it out of the zone. And Reggie Millette will have to spend the rest of this game in the penalty box. So no hat trick tonight for Reggie Millette. He was doing everything he could. The Roadrunners were doing everything they could to try and get Reggie Millette that hat trick goal, but he'll sit in the box with 49.4 left to go in this one. Crowd getting loud here for what will be a Roadrunners win. Up this face-off, it's worked back to Mullins. Zinchenko. Down low, comes back to Zinchenko. Delayed penalty coming up against the Roadrunners again as Sewardson was knocked down in front. Siles touches up. And an interference call against possibly Brian Parsons, as he's the one being wrangled by the men in stripes. So some more time to work on the 5-on-3 PK. Parsons will head to the locker room. And the fans give him a cheer as he heads off the ice. Oh, a 5-on-3 for 27.7. Discipline's certainly not the name of the game here for the Roadrunners in this one. This is the 8th power play technically for the Roadrunners. Second 5-on-3 for them. Graham and Horn will be in on the draw. Just waiting for the all clear to drop the puck, and now we have it. I don't think they're even bothering to put oh, now it's up there. They're about to drop the puck before Parsons' 2 minutes went up there, but now it's down and we continue. Mullins to the net, saved by Yoshi. Rothi takes a look over to Mullins, passes a little bit behind him, had to reach back forward in the final 10. Mullins to the net, save Yoshi, the rebound. What a stop on the rebound! Yoshi robs the Dashers there. That was Horn. And we get the horn. And Yoshi with the emphatic celebration as he picks up his 3rd win of the season. 28 saves for Yoshi. And the Roadrunners sweep the weekend. Prowler sweep the season series against the Dashers. And the Dashers have the unfortunate honor of tying the record with 28 straight losses. We'll pause for the 3 stars of the night.
Your number 2 star of the game, let's hear for number 14, Kenneth Style. Your number 1 star of the game for the Roadrunners with 2 goals on the evening, number 30, One more time for you, Scarecrows and your Roadrunners. Thank you for a great weekend of
So they announce Alex Johnson as the 3rd star tonight, Kenny Stiles the 2nd, and Reggie Millette, tonight's 1st star of the game, as you see both teams at center ice greeting the fans and thanking them for coming out. And we will take a break. Post-game show is next here on the PHP Network.
They're seriously not even that much better than you.
Should've just got a ticket from phprowlers.com.
I should have just bought tickets at phprowlers.com.
I got it!
I should have just got a ticket at phprowlers.com.
I should have got a ticket at phprowlers.com.
They should have just got tickets
at phprowlers.com.
Will Wiggelman back here on the PHP Network. Roadrunners take this one by a final of 6-1. Roadrunners / Prowlers. And they stay red hot and pick up some much needed points, moving to 19-12-4, 57 points, and still 2nd in the Empire. Meanwhile, the Dashers / Scarecrows fall to 127-3, still in 6th with 6 points, still last in the entire FPHL, and with that unfortunate honor of now evening that record set by the Delaware Thunder of 28 consecutive losses. They do it here tonight. Time to go back through this one, goal by goal. And we didn't get anything in that opening period, just a couple of fights. And the fans here in Topeka loving the fisticuffs. But we were scoreless heading into the second. But early on, it was the Reggie Millette and Alex Johnson show, as Johnson and Millette hooked up on a give and go, 3:19 into the second, as Millette followed up his own rebound, and Johnson picks up the assist. Again on the give and go. 21 seconds later, Johnson backdoor pass to Reggie Millette, and he puts home his 2nd of the period. And just like that, a quick 2-0 lead for the Roadrunners. Late in the frame, the Roadrunners kill off a 5-minute major, and seconds later, Ludwig Thelstrom takes a saucer pass from Kenny Stiles and puts it home. And Stiles, with the beautiful pass, and Thelstrom with his 4th goal of the year, 3-0, headed into the 3rd. Scarecrows got themselves on the board though. power play early on, and Lucas Rothy broke his stick on a shot from the point. It still got through to Blake Sewardson, who put it top shelf from the side of the net. And Sewardson with his first goal as a dasher. That didn't last too long. A few minutes later, great play by Luke James at the blue line. Jamie Bussell got a shot away. Kick save by Parker Rutherford, and Kenny Stiles following it up. Adds a goal to his assist, his second tally of the year, and restores the 3-goal lead. And then later in the period, it was James with a beautiful move to get to the net, and Luke James puts home his first goal as a Prowler. Made it 5-1 at that point. Prowler's got a late power play, and Austin Federley sent through a beautiful pass to Tristan Sim, putting it through the eye of the needle, and Sim, little backdoor tap. All three of his goals this season for the Prowlers have come by way of the man advantage. 6-1 your final. Third star tonight, Alex Johnson with 2 assists. Second star, Kenny Stiles with a goal and an assist. And the first star tonight is Reggie Millette with his 2 goals. We'll take one more break. When we come back, we will go around the FPHL one last time, a quick look at the out-of-town scores, and then we will wrap this one up and say goodnight to Topeka.
Hi, welcome.
I'm just checking in, and I have a service animal.
Service animal?
Do you have anything on the ground floor so I can let him out at night?
We're on a mission to feed the future by helping farmers worldwide be more resilient, more productive, more sustainable for generations to come. Corteva Agriscience. Keep growing.
Keep up with your Prowlers all season long on social media. Follow us on Facebook at the Port Huron Prowlers, Instagram at PH Prowlers, and Twitter at PH Prowlers. And you can find more information on our website, phprowlers.com.
It's time to wake up on the sunrise side of Michigan. Wake up to beautiful beaches. Wake up to vibrant urban landscapes. Wake up to unique eats. Wake up to charming coastal towns. Wake up to cozy entertainment. Wake up to Michigan's Thumb Coast. Plan your perfect wake-up call using bluewater.org.
Will Wiggleman back one final time here in Topeka as the Roadrunners / Prowlers pick up a 6-1 win. Let's take a look at the final stats from this game as the power play, or penalty kill, pardon me, gets a big boost for the Prowlers as they go 8 for 8 tonight. We had a few fights in this game. Brian Parsons ended up getting a 10-minute unsportsmanlike conduct misconduct, so that's why he exited just a bit early. But all's well that ends well for the Roadrunners as they sweep the weekend. 6-1 your final tonight. Take a look around the league here just real quick. Black Bears maintain their supremacy atop the FPHL and the Empire Division, a 5-1 win over the Columbus River Dragons. Hat Tricks crush the Venom 10-4, and that's an important score for Prowlers fans because the Hat Tricks right behind the Prowlers, but the win tonight means Port Huron still has a bit of a cushion. Rockers edged out the Monroe Moccasins tonight in Monroe, 3-2 the final there. Rock Lobsters pulled away from the Zydeco in Athens as they win it 6-2. The Thunderbirds defeat the Blue Ridge Bobcats 4-3 with a third period comeback, and the Wolves crush the Seawolves 9-4. And of course here, 6-1 the win for the Topeka Roadrunners, being played by the Port Huron Prowlers. Well, one more reminder, please do tune in to our next broadcast, Friday, February the 7th, when the Prowlers will take on the Carolina Thunderbirds. Puck drop scheduled for 7:05 p.m. Pre-game show starts at 6:50. Please do be at McMorran Place if you can make it. We hope to see you there. If not, we'll see you right here. But thank you to the entire production team here in Topeka and everyone that made this weekend special, from Barry Soskin, Don Lewis on down, and Keegan, of course, who is a big part of bringing the new Topeka franchise here. Thank you to everyone who made this a special weekend, and the Prowlers making it special themselves with this sweep. Well, we will see you next time right here on the PHP Network. Thanks so much for tuning in.
Thank you.